God, I was just last night screaming at a property management company on the phone this morning, yelling at them. God, there's some.
That'd be nicer, Tom.
Christian Mingle.
No, I want to get another guy.
I met my wife. You Christian Mingle. That's a trip. I've seen that advertised. Heavily advertised a while back.
Yeah. I want to make another guy cry before the end of the day.
What? You're not nice.
I know, I'm not nice. Well, you know, God, they make these people a month. They have raw sewage come up in all their drains.
They don't say anything?
Freaking.
See, I thought Tom should have jumped on that because I say 2 times with raw sewage, you're out of there. I'm out.
Yeah. Well, it's been going on for a month. No hot water. They had for 11. They've had for 11 days.
So my phone isn't in here.
I can't find it. That's
Yeah. I'm going to use this one instead of that one.
Let's see. I read the reviews of Yelps on them. Right? Oh God, they're horrible. They don't fix anything. Too bad.
Well, my watch is ringing. Do you guys hear my phone? Okay. Hey, Mark, I just got to go find my phone.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I had it in my
You got the
back
tile?
pocket.
I'll send it in for you.
Did you look and see in her back pocket? That's where my wife is. My wife put her phone in her back pocket.
Hey, did she listen to the show?
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you tune her up last night, though?
She thought it was. She had a good sense of
Is it
humor.
good? That's
Are
really
we
good.
on audio right now?
Yes,
Yeah.
we are. You want me to take it off?
No.
I think for her to go through that and have a good sense of humor, that says a lot about her.
She has to live with me.
So,
She seemed nice that night at
Oh yeah, she's a sweetheart.
yeah, until you try to pull one over on her.
Yeah, she's not.
She doesn't take shit from renters, from pilots.
No, she's too soft. You know, speaking of,
I've heard her.
God, I found out my dad
I've heard her.
has somebody that's been in there for over a year and hasn't paid rent.
Oh, I thought you're in charge of managing.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Well,
Well, if you're in charge of managing, how did that happen?
because of 2 of his buildings, he has 23 and 33. He just takes care of himself. We don't
collects the rent.
does the well. Yeah, they're mailed to PO box.
Well, then, but he logs them and everything.
Yeah,
Well, then,
gives him something to do.
yeah,
But he's 90. He's starting to not do it right. I mean, he's starting to not be good.
Quick, easy spreadsheet, huh?
Hey, Tom.
Hey, man, how are you? I'm going to talk to you. This is just.
I know you got a million things going on.
No, just in the beginning when I'm late like this, but after that I'm gonna be cool. So I didn't mean to ignore you. I just didn't want to be rude, and I would actually. I gotta shut up right now. Now let me just get all signed on to this bullshit. So let's see.
Okay, did she go over your mic and
Yeah, she said these 2 things were mics. She said,
Yeah.
One thing is mine.
Yeah, the blue one.
All you have to make sure is it's off,
And you gotta make sure
only on when you talk.
on these mics you gotta be about that close. To be sound right. Other than that, deep throat. I know. Tom plays drums.
oh, yeah.
You must have been in a band at some time, weren't you?
Oh my God! I worked my way through college in rock and roll bands and teaching, and really did a lot of studio work. I was so serious at one time. I actually looked like a musician.
You look.
At one time, I was really pretty good. Never really. I was never really a technician like
Buddy Rich.
never.
Favorite drummer is on the Muppets is Animal.
Oh man, what is? I'm so late. I'm not logged in. Shit.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. This hour brought to you by Art of Granite. That's Mitch Floria, Art of Granite. And when I say Art of Granite and I say Mitch Floria, that's because I identify businesses by the heart and soul of those businesses. And of course, Art of Granite is one of those businesses where the heart and soul is Mitch Floria. I'm a consumer advocate, by the way. I should just start out by saying that. And what we do is we solve problems. We answer questions. We take complaints. We make your life a little easier. That's what we do. Recovering millions, literally millions of dollars in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, and services. So if you have a problem, a question, or complaint, and you need help, you call us. And we get involved. We've gotten involved in all kinds of cases. We even have court cases where our experts, our attorneys, take people to court for us. Or we have accountants that can do forensic accounting and bookkeeping. We have body shops who can check out a car.
Moving old ladies, too. Don't forget that.
Yeah, we had Doreen. We helped. This was just most recently. But, yeah, we get down and dirty and actually do the helping, the actual helping. We love what we do, and you help us do it by calling us. You call and say, I need help. That's how it all starts. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So what's on your mind today, and how can we help you? That's what we ask every day. And while we're talking about Art of Granite, he's a direct stone importer. Every one of my commercials, there's a reason I do it. And I demand that you hold me accountable. If I have the nerve to sit here and talk about who's good and who's bad, you should hold me accountable. Because anyone who would say someone is good based on what they get paid would be someone laughable. Now, I'm not telling you they don't pay for advertising. People pay for advertising. It's a way of life. But the difference is, when people on the news, for example, they can read their news and they don't get involved because they like to believe they're separate and apart from the people supporting them. But in reality, the money pulls the strings and they have no power. They just do their thing, and then they go to a commercial. There could be a lying, cheating fool advertising with them. But they can say, oh, no, I am a journalist, capital J. The point is this. In paid media, other than public broadcasting, in paid media, you are under pressure all the time. We've even had pressure here through the years. No one's perfect. They say, hey, can you go light on this guy? You know, people ask that all the time. I remember at Channel 4, them nixing a story about the Broncos. I could not do. They absolutely nixed it. Nope. We can't afford to lose the Broncos or get them pissed off. Now, that didn't happen a lot. Okay, so here's the deal. I have complete control over everything I do here, even advertising. So you hold me accountable. artofgranite.net. You go see him. You'll love him. You can get a price on the phone, 303-386-5919. A direct stone importer. He tears out and hauls away everything free. He does the bathroom free when you have the kitchen done. He's a great guy, great company, a great story about an immigrant with $300 in his pocket started a company, artofgranite.net. 303-386-5919. So what's your story? Give me your story. I'll give you some help. We have a common man in today. We'll introduce in a minute. Common man, that's a joking expression we use. We love using that expression where we pluck you out of the great unwashed and let you bask in radio glory. And this guy truly does look unwashed, so we'll talk to him in a minute. Not really. Okay, so we'll talk to him in a minute. Esther's turn right now. Esther, what's happening?
Well, we have our house payment go to USAA.
Now, your house payment, did you say?
My house payment.
Okay, goes to USAA, and why is that?
And because they hold the mortgage to our house.
Okay.
And they had a changeover from one day to another. And in the middle of that change.
So, wait, they sold your loan, dear?
Is that what it's called?
Well, yes, sometimes they do that. In fact, most loans are never kept by the original company. You get a loan, and many times that loan is sold and then resold and then resold. It's called a transfer, and it doesn't affect you because they must abide by your contract. In fact, just a side note here, since this show is about education, when I do a commercial, for example, for Ideal Home Loans, Ideal Home Loans is a direct mortgage lender, for example, okay? Now, what that means is, do they keep your loan for 30 years? Of course not. Here's what they do. They have a pool of money. It's their money or their line of credit, and they go and they say, okay, Mark wants a loan. I'm going to use a number like $100,000. Here's $100,000, Mark. Buy your home. And then they collect a couple payments from Mark. Sometimes no payments. They just sell it right away. But sometimes they keep it for a month. And in any case, whether they keep it or sell it, it doesn't remain theirs for long. So what happens is, they get rid of that loan and a new owner takes it. Now, sometimes that new owner will sell it again. But even a mortgage banker like Ideal does not hold your loan for the long term. Those people are usually called servicing companies. But sometimes you can be a servicing company and you actually don't fund the loan. Now, Esther, I know this is way more than you need to know, but I'm just telling people how it works. So you get a loan, and if it's a broker, the broker just closes for the lender, and you pay a little in-between fee, and you don't pay that with Ideal because they're direct. Okay, so now you get a loan, the money is funded. Then a servicing company keeps track of that loan, and they keep track of who made their payments and when they made them and what's due. And then many times the servicing company and the lender are one and the same, but there can be times when you have a servicing company where one company is servicing and another company does the funding, and they're an investor. I just want to mention something. Servicing alone is very important. Servicers sometimes get 1/4 point a month for doing it. New York Guardian Mortgage Corporation, years ago, I shut down literally because, and I got the New York State Attorney General involved because they were purposely withholding payments and calling them late in a post office box, and millions of people were getting late notices. And since it's only a few bucks, no one really complained where you could find out there were 1 million people this was happening to. And all of a sudden, after getting 3 complaints, I thought, this is odd. So I started putting out the word. I wanted to hear from people who had New York Guardian, and sure enough, they were doing it to millions of people. They were literally shut down for unethical practices. Okay, let's get back to the real world. You have a mortgage, and USAA, you send your payment to. What went wrong?
They sold it to like Meldon.
Okay, then what?
And then and all of a sudden, it was being sold to someone else.
Okay.
My husband had already sent. We actually sent our payments under USAA.
Okay.
It went to Meldon. And we never got credit for it.
So which payment did you not get credit for, Esther?
The ones that would have been to Meldon.
How many payments were in question?
1.
Oh, that's all?
Yeah, but it was, I mean, it's about $1,600 or so, $1,700.
Okay, so, what month and year was this?
Well, I'll tell you, we didn't really...
What month and year was this? Do you know?
My husband has all the paperwork.
Okay, so was it more than a few years ago?
It was, and we went, we kept, the bank they sold it to kept saying, oh, you guys didn't make a payment. And we said, yes, we did.
Right, I understand. Listen, this is a nightmare. Esther, it could be, I'm just saying it could be, that through all of the transfers, that it never actually cleared or was drawn from your account. It could be.
It did clear.
Well, okay, you verified that.
Oh, yes, we have the check where where our bank cashed it.
Okay, all right,
and,
good.
It was credited, and we've been working with USAA, and they...
Who is the servicer right now?
Who's our servicer now? Oh, man, I should have had all that before I called.
Okay, here's what I need. I need the exact date and check that they're questioning. I need a copy of the check. We need your servicing company. I mean, Esther, I'm going to help you, but we need to get all this information. Listen, if it's accounted for with your bank, they have to credit you. Have they been charging you late charges ever since?
No, they didn't charge us late charges. They just kept... My husband actually is... I don't like him...
You haven't completed a sentence. They have not charged you late payments, but... Complete the sentence.
They haven't charged us, but they said that we hadn't made a payment. And
all right, so it all comes down, no matter how many times you say it, it all comes down to this. There is one payment unaccounted for.
And yes, and we feel that USA is our fiduciary, and they should make it right, since neither our bank nor Meldon nor the other
Well, I don't know who your fiduciary is, but I know that your original agreement, if it was with USAA, then and you were never told to send it anywhere else, then yeah, they better find it. But we can help them find it. So I need the information.
Did she ever pay it though? Did you guys actually make the double payment, or you're 30 days behind forever?
No, they didn't make the payment because they refused to because they already made it, right, Esther? Esther? I guess she didn't like what... Oh, you're still there. Esther, would you... You never did make another payment to try to shut them up, right?
Well, we kept making our payments.
No, but you never made up that back payment.
Well, I don't,
That's a yes or a no. You never made up that payment.
No, we just kept saying...
Right, because you believed that you already made it. This is not directed toward Esther, but have you ever, honest to God, have you ever noticed that direct answers are hard to come by? Have you ever noticed that? Direct answers. Did you do this? See, I don't say, did you agree it was correct to do it? I don't ask, did they complete the job according to them? Do they think they're complete? But they're not. I said, no, I mean, but if I ask them, do they think the job's done and they're moving on, or do they acknowledge there's some to do? Well, I can tell you they have a lot to do. Excuse me. Do they feel, I just try to get answers. And I promise you, it is not easy just to get an answer. It's unbelievable. As I was saying about Ideal Home Loans, 303-867-7000, 867-7000, whether it's a direct loan or you're refinancing or you're going to buy, and they are a funder, so they fund that loan. Remember that. They fund it with their money. Then they can choose to sell it, but the idea is they control that. And with a broker has to ask the underwriter, is this all right? Is this all right? Is this all right? Now, obviously, you pay less, and it's faster with a direct mortgage lender. It doesn't matter if they keep the loan. Almost no lender keeps a loan for the entire life of it. IdealHomeLoans.com. And while we're talking about loans and stuff, the same with real estate. Okay? No one really buys from the owner of the home directly, right? They buy from real estate people who intercede. But this is something you really need to know. When it comes to Frank Duran, the real estate man, if you have a home that you like and you know the seller, you should still get what's called a transaction broker to make sure it's done legally and ethically. And real estate people can do that in the state of Colorado. They can do a limited practice of law when it comes to real estate transactions. So anyway, Frank Duran, the real estate man, can help you even if you know the house you want to buy. Now, they don't charge the same commission. It's a transaction fee. Or if you want to buy, of course, he can help you on that end. Or if you want to sell. So in any case, Frank Duran, the real estate man, has a team. 303-920-1622.
Well, whether he likes it or not, it's okay, now I have to figure out why I cannot log in, but that's okay.
Probably the story I
Yesterday we were having problems.
What's that?
We were having problems yesterday with the audio on the break. So I sent.
Is it okay?
Well, I don't know. I can't tell. It was,
I couldn't get on.
but I put it on Facebook to say anything.
I couldn't get Safari to work here yesterday on my email. I go home, it wouldn't work at home either.
Well, then I will almost assure you it's not Safari. Yeah, that won't.
I did the same mistake at home as here.
Or, well, there's something wrong with your signing it. There's no way that Safari could be wrong in two places. I mean, there's just no way. I mean, unless the system is down. What is the problem with Safari?
It wouldn't open any email here or at home.
It's not Safari. Okay. Have you tried Chrome?
Going in through Chrome?
Yeah. You understand what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
The likelihood of Safari on two different computers.
Yeah. So I didn't know if something was down or what. I've never had any trouble with it. And then yesterday it wouldn't work here. I could not get email open.
I understand.
But then I go home and it didn't open, so. It's
Do you
me.
want to blaze through Al's without him, or is it okay to get him on for his line? Al, around this?
If he wants to.
Yeah, he usually does.
I got too many electrons.
All Safari is a
Search.
frame.
Well,
I
frame?
mean, it's just a shell.
Usually I didn't even have to do that. I just turn computer and it goes straight to email.
Right. Well, we have yours set up with a shortcut, right?
Yeah.
Did you get into your email?
Huh?
Well, I'm gonna troubleshoot it with him. Are you doing it right? Where are you doing it when you sit here downstairs?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go down.
It's working today.
This wasn't working yesterday. Probably user error.
Yeah, but it wouldn't work at home either, so. it's not-
Oh.
That's for sure user error.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. Click. I was holding my jaw wrong.
You know how many times I could swear to God, there's no way I did anything wrong. No freaking way I did anything wrong. I typed it in exactly, and God, it's amazing how they can
Oh, I don't ever say I didn't do anything wrong. I just can't figure out what it is. Electronic mysteries.
So your wife downloaded a podcast?
No, she was listening to it live.
Oh, she was.
Yeah, she was in the car. That was my son and my son-in-law.
What did she think?
She thought it was fun. She had to get something.
Yeah, it is funny.
And then I'm talking to her, and she's looking around in the car. She says, "I can't find my phone." I said, "You're talking to me on your phone." She loses her sunglasses on her head, and keys in her
I've seen
hand.
that before.
Yeah.
I've done that.
That's funny.
I can't find my glasses. That's the first thing I do. Sit there.
Seems impossible, honestly. I've done that. I have done that. Where's my phone? I'm on my phone talking to Stephanie. You say, "Where's my phone?" I swear I've done shit. But I mean, everyone's done that.
Yes, yes, yes.
And the tile, you know, like your tile, you're finding your stuff. The tile has been saving her butt.
Yeah, now you know what to do.
Oh, the tile, guess what? Second day in a row, I lost my card, and it was in the parking lot. I'm doing something getting in my car where it's like popping out onto the, in the parking lot, twice in a row, in the parking lot.
always put my card in my back pocket, and I put it in the car right when I get in there, so it's always there.
I'm so tired of your superiority.
No, because I would lose everything. And,
Okay, so you're perfect.
no, not perfect. I'm just saying that's my little.
No.
So anyway, I'm going to talk to
That's for
You got Super G?
Super G.
that's
Super
parking
G.
lot sign for child molesters and stuff.
What's Super G?
Super G.
That's you?
That's my boss calls me.
Oh, okay.
Is that from anywhere, Super G?
I think it's a big joke.
I meant, is it from a movie or?
I don't think so.
Okay, I didn't know.
Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. Cracker Jacks. Do you remember that candy? Cracker Jacks. Well, listen, there's a company we have advertising with us. We checked them out extensively. That's why I'm proud to talk about them. And this is the season to get this crap done. Cracker Jack Mud Jacking. Mud Jacking. It really, what it is concrete pumping. Okay? People call it in the industry mud jacking. It's really concrete pumping, but not just concrete. It's concrete mixed with sand and a slurry mix. And do you know what it mimics? Bedrock. Not the hard bedrock, but the soils around bedrock. Whenever you put in a foundation, you want to get to what's called bedrock. People think of rock. It's not really solid. It's not really solid rock. It is a bedrock of tightly compressed soil. Well, anyway, this mud gets pumped in the voids under your concrete. All you need to know is that Cracker Jack does it best. I can say it. I checked them out. They're the best. They can get into the tightest spaces in basements and garages. They can lift corners, lift slabs. They can help you with sidewalks, steps, porches, anywhere you have concrete that's not level or cracked. And once they lift it, you can repair that crack. You know, because if you repair the crack when it's still crooked, you're going to have a big old opening and a stupid repair. So anyway, they can do the whole repair. They can do the lifting, even without cracks, just to make it level. Call crackerjackmudjacking.com. Call them today. Tell them Tom sent you. They have 20,000 jobs in Colorado. These guys are rock solid. They're as rock solid as the Troubleshooter network they're part of. 303-410-7787. 303-410-7787. crackerjackmudjacking.com. And I know what you're going to ask, Mark, before you ask it. It's better than plastic. Plastic is okay. It lifts. But plastic never becomes part of the soil. It never becomes part of it. It also leaches chemicals into the soils. It also is unpredictable as far as how to do it precisely. Now, there are a lot of good people at it. But if I had to choose a system, I would choose the mud jacking because it becomes part of the overall system. All right. Cracker Jack. Look for just Cracker Jack on the referral list. Let's talk now. We got a lot of questions. Joe has a question about hormone replacement therapy. Joe, what's going on, Joe?
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
How you doing today?
Good, man. What's going on with you?
Well, listen, you know, I've done some research, and I've listened to you for years and years, and I heard you talk about this before.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure I'm making the right move here.
What are you doing?
I'm just feeling kind of wiped out. I work real hard. You know, but I've never felt so wiped out, and I'm in good
Could be
shape.
a million reasons, right? I mean, it's not always hormones, but how old are you?
So
how old are you?
56.
Okay. I will tell you no matter what, okay? No matter what, most people, the first thing, they don't eat right, okay? That's the first thing, really. And I'm not saying, you know, forget hormone replacement. You don't eat right. Most people don't. After eating, people don't move enough. So you just atrophy because you're not moving or building muscle. And I'm not talking about being a musclehead. So those are the top two things. Now, hormones are common to everyone. Everyone has depleting hormones as they grow older. If you talk to a man or a woman and they say, oh no, my numbers are normal, they are most likely correct. They are normal. If you want normal, your cells are dying, your muscles are atrophying, and your hormones are going away. That is normal. So for a man 64 or 65, you should have a certain level of testosterone and estrogen. If that number meets what is normal, it's normal. And it's going to be normal to drop dead. So I want to tell you, I never preach natural and normal, ever. Because that doesn't foster longevity. Longevity is tricking nature, not going along with it. Nature does not intend to keep us alive. It never has. I mean, unless you want to go back and get philosophical about the garden. But I'm talking about today, in today's life. Natural is to die. And so your numbers are going to be low no matter what. But you will have a lot of doctors tell you they're normal. So now the question is, do you replace hormones? No, you don't. You optimize them. You do more than replace them. Because some people, when they are on T therapy or estrogen therapy or thyroid therapy, they're on enough to make them normal. In other words, they don't even have the low numbers. So they get up to the low number where the doctor calls them normal. What a really good doctor does is optimizes it. So my hormone levels are that of a 45-year-old. That's not normal. But it's also not unhealthy. It's just not normal. So you have to make a decision on what you want. You got to do your diet, and you got to do moderate exercise. I'm not even talking about like a routine, just moderate movement, and then the hormone optimization. Don't go to a doctor who's just going to make you normal. It's just, you know, the same with normal. Your cells have what's called a repair and maintenance mode. That's what children have. That's what young adults have. What is the reason for repair and maintenance? Only one reason, to get you ready to reproduce. Once you reproduce, once you are at that age, your body does not have repair and maintenance anymore, except to a minor degree. It mostly starts shutting down. So to trick your body into repair and maintenance, you do that through diet, and then you do your hormone optimization through a good doctor who knows what they're doing. I use a BioT provider, but I'm going to tell you, BioT is not the only program that does this well. There are a lot of people that do it well. So you just pick one. I like the pellet therapy because it's a more natural delivery, but injections deliver too. They're just not as level. Creams do it as well. I think of all the delivery methods, my opinion is that pellets do it more evenly, like you would a gland, because the more you work, the more your circulation goes, and the more you use, and the less you work, the less you use. And the pellets last anywhere from 3 to 6 months, depending on your metabolism. So I like pellets.
That's awesome. That's some awesome information. That's why I called you, Tom.
So what, do you know what your T level is?
I don't. So
okay.
I was going to start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
I need to go maybe look
I
at
would
that.
get I would personally, I would get a BioT provider. Listen, BioT is not the only one, and the only reason I say that is because I use them and I like them and I've researched it. But listen, what you do not want is a one-trick pony clinic, a clinic that just does testosterone. You know, they call them T clinics. Come and get your testosterone. That is not the only picture. In fact, if you do testosterone and you're an aromatizer, you could literally give yourself heart trouble. You could give yourself problems if you're converting too much testosterone to estrogen. So you need someone who knows how to balance the rest of them with your testosterone or your estrogen. So that's, as a woman, you need to balance your estrogen with the rest, and as a man, you balance your testosterone with the rest. So look for someone who knows what they're doing, and good luck to you. But
awesome, Tom. I appreciate it so much.
Do you have any specific question about anything?
I would like to know about BioT. Is that the name of the company?
BioT is a marketing program. This doctor got together and said, I'm going to get a bunch of doctors and we're going to advertise together, and we're going to provide pellets to you and a standardization. And he's come up with a way to dose accurately, to test accurately, and it's just a marketing group, but it's also a treatment group. They learn how to do it, and they learn about hormones, and they learn the proper techniques. So that's what it is. It is not, if you go to one BioT doctor, I go to Lone Tree Family Practice. If you go to Lone Tree Family Practice, she has her own practice. So she does hormone therapy and other things. I happen to use her as my primary care physician because I like the clinic. Now, you may go to a BioT provider somewhere else, and they may have a completely different practice, but they still do BioT the same. And that's the way BioT works. The other programs I'm not so familiar with, but definitely I would stay away from ED clinics, clinics that are only for erections. I mean, that to me, that is the most ridiculous thing in the world. It's like it's just weird. Why you would ever just treat one little tiny symptom of a giant problem, I have no idea.
So I just got one more question, and yeah. I'll let you take off. So have you ever felt, a little grumpy, a little, kind of wiped out, tired?
Yeah.
I don't want to do, you know what I mean? I want to play today. I do want to play.
Yeah.
So, and I hear you, Tom. I hear you.
I know what you're saying, Joe. Yeah, I have felt that way. Hormones will help.
You've never felt that way. Just here listening to you.
No, listen, but here's something you need to know, Joe. Something you need to know, and everyone. There is no magic pill. I mean, even if you have your hormones optimized and you have your diet down, and you're going to feel a lot better, but you still have to give yourself once in a while a kick in the ass. You do. I mean, yep. Joe, the mental part of it is because we're getting older. And we finally look in the mirror. I remember the day when I finally looked in the mirror and I said, holy crap, it's not a rumor. You really do get old. It's not a rumor. And no matter who I think I am, I can't stop it. You know, it finally dawns on you that you're part of a population, and it's going to happen. It's not a vicious rumor. You know, so many kids are, I call them immortal. They're all immortal. But that day that you look in the mirror and you realize it's not a rumor, that's when your life changes. But it can be discouraging, and that's what's happening to you. Even though, you know, you might get this testosterone and other stuff, just remember, you still have the problem that you have to overcome, which is you're getting older.
Your insurance doesn't pay for the biopsy.
No. Oh, hell no.
That's why I do the shots are cheaper.
Are they cheaper? I don't know. They are cheaper. Okay, let's analyze. $700 every 6 months. So let's just say
Probably not that much different because I get about a month's worth for about $100. Probably is about.
Unless you need them every 4 months. It's going to be, and I don't even know if it's $600 or $700 every time.
You know, I go to UCC. I do go to urology clinic. You know, and they say balance it too with the anastrozole and stuff. God, I'd never get off of it.
Really?
You feel so much better.
Your wife does pillows.
Huh?
Your wife does pillows.
My wife does pillows, yeah. She does the.
Hell, it's not the only way, you know.
What's that?
It's not the only way. Shots are shots.
Yeah, I do the shots often, once a week, but I don't ride much of a roller coaster. God,
You do them what?
Ride the roller coaster.
You do it twice a week?
Once a week.
Twice a week would be better.
Twice a week would be better.
Less of a roller coaster. And
Yeah.
3 times would even be better. But you know, I used to do the shots. There's nothing wrong with shots. You know, it's just a pain.
The doctor every 2 weeks, and that was.
But doing it's such a pain in the ass.
Literally.
I got to a point where I
It's a big deal.
For older people or for younger people?
No, it depends on when you start depleting. I would say at 40 you start looking at it. But you could be 40 and still be doing pretty good. But remember, the doctors you go to, are they looking at normal for your age or normal?
And there's a
Or
second.
optimized? Because normal for your age is not good.
There's a second test too, because there's a bonding globulin that gets attached to testosterone that makes them unusable.
Right. So they look for, what is it, free
testosterone.
Whatever it is they
My
look for. I
bonding
mean,
numbers.
I don't know if they do it, you know.
Yeah.
But I know enough about it that I know that I like BioG better.
Do you know what your number is? I just went yesterday.
It's usually 1100.
11. Mine's 725. Yours is that high?
Uh-huh. That's what I like, 1100.
Huh?
I like about 1100.
He's also younger than you.
Yeah,
Not much.
but they can.
I wouldn't know. At 725, I'd be like, yeah, I don't want 725.
And then there's no prostate.
Can you tell him what you want?
Oh,
It-
if you
it's-
have prostate
it shields
cancer,
you.
it will set it on fire.
It shields you from cancer.
See, that's
Don't
what
listen to
that's
him.
when they came in here.
No,
That's
you
what
already
he had said.
It shields you from cancer. Don't listen to
Yeah,
it.
if you already have it, though.
I wish that BioG would come in
It
and-
doesn't set you on fire.
I've been told over and over.
Okay.
See, I thought it
Okay.
was a type. He said
I'm
the
not a
type of-
doctor,
He
but
said the type of test.
so here's what would happen, Clint. It will not be you against me. It'll be your doctor's opinions against
Yeah.
my doctor's opinion. But scientifically,
They monitor the hell out
there
of it.
hasn't been a direct link. Now, you know, I don't know. You know, let's get,
That's the BioG guy when he came in. He said the exact same thing you're saying, Tom. Is that it does protect.
it actually protects.
Oh, it does protect
and
you
from
from
heart and from
testosterone.
heart disease.
What I hear is that it will protect you from lots of things if you're on it. But if you already have a real high number, it can make it worse.
High number of what?
Okay, here's what it is. It says the average charge is about $400.
And you can get brush head refills automatically delivered on a
Our average visit for biopsy,
Oh, 400.
I don't know that that's true.
Well, that could be adding to your already natural.
Mine is covered by the company, so
Yeah.
Go to get
I don't remember.
/KHOW right now.
They monitor the hell out of your, what's that, prostate, the letters,
Free at
your
antigen, PSA, prostate
your
specific
PSA,
antigen.
your PSA number.
They monitor that really good too. They check out. I just went. That's what I did yesterday. I monitored.
What was your PSA?
Oh, it's 7.
Oh, you're kidding.
It's real low.
Mine's 0.
Here's a 0.
4.1. It was the lowest you could get.
They monitor that really closely.
Well, here's the deal. I don't ever want to tell anybody listening on broadband if they have cancer or getting cancer. I don't want to tell them, Bio T's great. I'm going to tell them to check with their doctors.
Yeah.
I was told it shields you.
I've been told the same thing. It does shield you from getting it. But I don't know what the big concern is about if you already have it. Anyway,
Man, you guys are rolling. PSA.
it's probably because
What's your PSA?
2.3. But it's been like
But that's still good.
that's still
But I thought they looked for elevation.
they do.
It spikes.
If it
Well,
doubles, you're in
not-
trouble.
Not if you're always at one level, but then there's a PSA that's bad no matter what, and that's above, I think, 4. I think.
Hi, Tom Martino here. John Fuller is a personal injury attorney, and I'm going to recommend him to this emailer who just said, who do I call? I was rear-ended last night, and, the guy has no insurance. So what does that mean? So many people get this wrong. Uninsured motorist coverage. What do you think it covers? What do you think it covers? Clint, what do you think it covers? Uninsured motorist coverage. What do you think it covers on your car?
On the car?
No, I mean, what coverage are you buying when you have uninsured motorist coverage?
Coverage for your own medical, your own pain and injury, pain and suffering. I'm sorry.
It does. Well, you said two things: medical, and then
Yeah.
you said pain and suffering. What do you think, Dan? What do you think it covers? It's the most misunderstood coverage.
Well, it can cover medical, depending on what you get, and then also your car.
No, it cannot cover medical. Uninsured motorist only covers pain and suffering. If you want medical, you must get medical payments. It's called medical payments, and medical payments cover you to a certain amount, no matter whose fault it is. And uninsured motorist only covers what you would collect if you sued the other party for pain and suffering. It doesn't cover your car. It doesn't cover medical. It only covers pain and suffering. Well, what the hell is pain and suffering? These are the questions that John Fuller answers every day, free of charge. You just call him because he's such a good guy. But pain and suffering, he knows how to go after your own company for pain and suffering. He knows how to go after other companies. He's even gone after other coverages because a guy happened to be borrowing a car, or his employer, or somebody related to him. John Fuller is an expert at all things related to accidents. 303-597-4500, 597-4500, personalinjuryco.com. He's also on my referral list, referralist.com. So let's talk about this. Uninsured motorist coverage covers pain and suffering. That means loss of enjoyment of life, loss of work. It means, it can be loss of work income. It can be, I miss my vacation. It can be, I just don't feel good anymore. It's a weird one. Our common man today, we broke a law having him in the studio because he has a neck tattoo. And
you like that, Tom?
We normally shy away from people with neck tattoos. I'm just kidding. I don't care. Griffin Ash, 34 years old, a young man, but he's been listening to this show for a long time. And he's been through, unfortunately, a lot of bad stuff. I don't know what he wants to talk about, but he's on his feet and he's doing good. He's married, kids. You manage rental properties, so we may have some questions for you if you manage rental company or properties, and you just work your butt off to get where you are. What was your lowest of lows, if you want to talk about it? What was the lowest of lows for you?
Yeah, we were almost living out of our car. We had it was a couple years ago. My youngest was less than a month old, and my other one had just turned 3, and we were in a bad spot. And fortunately, somebody gave us a hand up, not a handout, and we've just been busting our butts ever since. God's just really blessed us.
Good. And speaking of God blessing you, you met your wife on Christian Mingle. I saw that movie. That was a short-run movie. I don't even know if it's available for rent. It was kind of a funny movie. It was kind of corny. A woman pretended to be Christian to find a guy, and she went on Christian Mingle, and she knew nothing about the Christian speak. It was so funny, she was trying to, fit in. Did you see that movie, by the way?
I didn't see the movie, but I will
Oh,
say
you
this.
didn't?
Yeah, you know, me and Rachel met, and then within a month she had moved in.
Oh my God!
Now hold on, and then I also decided I don't want to be on methadone anymore. I want to get off drugs.
Yes.
So I kicked it cold turkey. I said I ain't doing this anymore.
You kicked methadone? How much methadone were you?
I was on 80 milligrams a day.
80 milligrams?
I said.
Did you get sick?
Oh, it was terrible, man. It was a month of pure hell. But
You were a heroin addict?
I wasn't a heroin addict. I was addicted to painkillers like most people are going through. But
wait, so you went from painkillers to methadone as a substitute?
Yeah, because I got sick and tired of trying to track down the drugs. So you go to the methadone clinic, and then you pay every week. They give it to you.
And you don't get high.
Well, you feel pretty good with it. It's but you just get sick and tired of wanting to say, "Oh, I need this to feel normal. I need this to feel normal." So I said, I'm not doing it anymore. And if you want to get clean, you can get clean. It's how bad you want it.
No, because methadone really does take the sickness out of it, but then you have to wean off of methadone. But how long were you off of heroin? I'm not talking about off of methadone. How long were you off heroin?
I was never on heroin.
I'm sorry, painkillers. How long have you been sober from painkillers?
I had some recently when I got my wisdom teeth pulled.
I'm talking about abusing.
But yeah, so abuse. So my kid will be 5. About almost 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
And then how long you been off methadone?
I stopped taking the methadone about 5 years ago, and I stopped taking the painkillers right before. So yeah, I'm sorry, painkillers probably 6 years. I was on methadone for almost a year, and then I got off the methadone.
I thought you could die going cold turkey on that stuff because your body will freak out.
It is tough.
Okay. There's more of a chance of dying from alcohol withdrawal than from painkiller.
I thought I was going to die. It was a month of pure hell. And
then what happened? Your body just
you slowly start to feel. It's slow. It's not overnight. Right. It's a long road.
All right. Now Ben did not hear the follow-up yesterday from Clint. Ben, it's on the podcast, but I'll just sum it up for you. His wife left the car running, ran inside. She thought the curling iron was on. Okay. Yeah. When she ran inside, she came out. Her purse wasn't there, and the keys to the car weren't there. And then Clint got the video from the neighbor's bell, the ring. It has a video on it, and it's wide enough that he could see his car. And when his wife left the car, she had her purse in her hand. She had inadvertently left it in the house, forgot about it. They found it in the house, and it was there with the keys and the extra set of keys, and it was all for nothing that he ran home and stopped payment on all his stuff. Is that something or what?
That is absolutely miraculous. And I have one other question.
Okay.
Can you help me with my addiction?
Uh-oh. What addiction is it?
It's listening to you every day.
Okay, yeah, I can help. Listen, you can take, if you want to get off cold turkey, it could be trouble. You could end up getting ripped off or falling prey to a scam. Now, if you want to ease yourself off, then what you would do is listen to just less time every day. And if you want a substitute, you could listen to like Ross Kaminsky or Michael Brown. But remember, the talent won't be quite there, but it'll be like a substitute, like the methadone. It won't be the real drug. Okay, we have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
I did do Art of Granite, right? Yes.
What was the original thing you had to have the payment?
You guys are twins today. So, are you guys always wearing the same shirts?
No, this is a polo.
The video looks the same.
So many of the things. I've been in pain management for 21 years with a spinal cord injury. It will never get better. So I'll never be able to get off of this.
I wrench full-time from a full-time job. And problem with the header section. Down this natural stuff called Yeah, have you done that lately?
So yeah, I take kratom pretty regularly. So KR.
Yeah, I've heard of it. Now, doesn't it? Correct me if I'm wrong. Doesn't it build a tolerance like a painkiller though, where it stops being effective?
No, I haven't found that. I've had to take a little bit more, but It makes a huge difference for like back and knee pain and stuff. You're crawling
It's getting harder and harder to find it. They want to make it illegal.
I know, it's ridiculous.
We're on audio. Turn it off for a second. I don't want to ruin his. That stuff, by the way.
303-455-7242. That's 303-455-7242. Sheridan Auto Tech.
You can be young without money, but you can't be old without it. Tennessee Williams said that, and it's still true today. Remember the good old days when you pooled your change for a burger and a shake to share? Or you took a road trip with just enough cash to pay for the gas? When you're young, you can roll with the punches. But when you're retired, you need to know you'll have the income you need. Hi, this is Linda Gardner with Blue Heron Capital and host of Your Money, Your Retirement, right here on KHOW every Saturday. You worked hard and saved for your retirement. Now it's time to make sure you have income to last your lifetime. Call today for your complimentary, no obligation visit and see how to get started with your own retirement income strategy, an income you won't outlive. Call right now, 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604. Or online, yourmoneyyourretirement.com.
Today is the day you break the stranglehold of addiction. You and your family can't lose another precious day to this horrible disease. If you or someone you know is abusing alcohol, prescription drugs, hard illegal drugs, or if it's a mental health issue, anxiety, depression, or trauma related to substance abuse, please know you're not alone. There's help. Call the Raleigh House today. They've established a special number to address your concerns. 720-893-5559. That's 720-893-5559. The Raleigh House is a premier addiction recovery program located here in Colorado. You'll speak to someone local about different treatment options, all evidence-based treatments designed to help reduce substance abuse. No more excuses, no more denials. Get the help you need. Some health insurance covers the cost. Call today for a free, no-obligation consultation. The Raleigh House, 720-893-5559. 720-893-5559. Call today.
Everyone's forgotten who runs this valley.
Academy Award winner Kevin Costner stars in summer's #1 new drama, Yellowstone, on Paramount Network.
This ain't checkers, son. This is chess. And you're about to play it with masters.
You were right. They're building a city.
Probably doesn't need your permission. In this valley, it does. All men are bad, but some of us try real hard to be good.
Yellowstone. New episode tonight at 10 on the new Paramount Network. Catch up now.
At CarMax, when we say we buy all the cars, we mean it. Over the last 20 years, we've purchased millions of cars from coast to coast. In the last year alone, we bought a mountain of Mercurys, an armada of Nissans, a ton of Titans, an ocean of Pacificas, and a sea of Siennas. Not to mention a few Hellcats and a couple of Tornadoes. So no matter what you're selling, CarMax is buying. And we'll buy your car even if you don't buy ours. CarMax. We buy all the cars.
Ross Kaminsky, mornings 5 to 10.
The fertility rate for American women reached a record low last year. It's interesting culturally and demographically, but could it be devastating economically? We'll talk about it Thursday morning at 7:06, right here on 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. Cam Solar is a solar company we know and trust. We've checked them out. They started in Texas, been around for years. They have 20,000 systems in effect. Cam Solar. Go camsolar.com. Go camsolar.com and then put a slash and then Troubleshooter. For my listeners, they have a form, and they'll get back to you in 20 minutes. And you don't have an obligation, okay? It's only to tell you how your lot will do in that particular place and in Colorado over a 20-year period, because they give you a 20-year performance guarantee and a 20-year bumper-to-bumper warranty. Go camsolar.com/troubleshooter. Let's keep going. Greg has tenant-landlord issues. What's going on, Greg?
Hey, Tom. So I'm having some landlord-tenant issues. I recently moved into a property about 7 months ago. I'm a 90% disabled veteran, and they went through the house, did a bunch of repairs to get the house ready and habitable. One of the things they replaced was the dishwasher. This entire 7 months, though, we've had a leak coming from the dishwasher sink area in our kitchen, and it's eventually led to a black mold infestation. And there's been a bunch of other maintenance repairs that we requested them to do that they haven't done.
How long is your lease?
It's a 1-year lease with the option to buy after the year.
Okay, let's talk about this. 1 year. Okay, so you have two choices here. You can fight this thing, or you can just move. But here's the problem. Bad landlords don't get good with a phone call and never will. We can do nothing except get immediate concerns addressed once we shine a light. That's what we do. I heard Deputy Clint this morning shining a light saying, look, how long does someone have to live with a raw sewage problem in an apartment? You better do something. We'll be out there with cameras, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we may get that fixed, but that's not going to convert these people overnight. It's just not going to happen. So let's talk about your situation. What do we do? What do you want?
Well, I want to get the stuff fixed, and I can't find a new property because my only source of accountable income is my disability pay.
Well, if you truly are a disabled veteran, and if you are, thank you very much for putting yourself out there. I mean, you know, and if you're 90% disabled, there must be a way we can get you some help trying to find a place for you where you go to the top of the heap. Come on, man. What's your disability?
I have PTSD, anxiety, ADD, insomnia, spondylosis.
Where were you stationed?
So I'm National Guard right now.
Where were you stationed?
I was deployed to Iraq.
Okay. Do you have a service animal?
I actually have a service animal in training.
A service or emotional support?
I have 3 ESAs between me and my wife, and then one of them is going through full service dog training to help with my disability.
Okay.
All 4 of them are sick right now due to the black mold exposure.
Well, that's another thing about we have to talk about because that's going to be your most difficult challenge. Hang on. We got more coming up. If you're looking for replacement windows,
I see people at Costco with their homemade service for emotional support.
We are on. Our audio's on. Just like you know.
So say I say, hey, I can't rent to you your service animal because I've got severe asthma and I can't have that in the house. Does
Okay,
the service
by the
animal
way,
trump the
we'd ask that question. If it's in your home, we can restrict it. If it's common to you, if you just don't want it because you're allergic, well, that's tough. It's an acquired product.
If you need windows, doors, or siding,
I just want to know my house, that's all.
K&H. I know that for sure.
Are you going to rent out a room?
I rent out 3 rooms on the upper half of my house.
You don't have to allow stuff that you don't, that you're allergic. But, you are subject to a lot of rules.
Why don't you go to their website? You can make appointments right on their website. KHWindows.com.
I've had pretty good renters so far.
I'm going to go ahead and just run this.
The one that we have?
Yeah, just send me what you want in there. You just warned me that it was going to time out.
The worst thing about that kind of finish.
I can't just log in there.
Because we just go along.
No, in fact, we might run into an issue right up here because I left off down there, but I'll find out in a second. But I just got to do that.
Because it's a spinal cord, because they don't heal. OxyContin is prescribed for people with broken legs. And then when they get well, they have to get off it. And I've heard they put methadone, said methadone's hard to get off of, then
we might have to just start over. Oh, no, wait, here it is. Good. It's just slow as shit up here. Continue.
Just Rachel stuff with me. She don't do
I've been big time working on my posture.
Right? Yeah, and we only been dating.
Were you already a mechanic, or did somebody get you in school? Or?
I was DADC.
Am I in here, Mark?
And I was like,
What?
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You
don't-
already have the skills.
Just, yeah, just work down there, don't even look at that refresh. Oh, it's just slow as shit.
I mean, that's a lot of things. I mean, if a guy didn't have, mechanic skill, what a great skill
Try
to
to
have.
do it,
Now,
yeah.
I mean,
Quick on
people are after you, people like you.
Oh, that's conversation track.
a lot of people don't want to pay.
Oh, that's wrong.
Oh, really?
So,
Sorry,
yeah,
Mark.
they say,
Yeah, I'll
we got
fix it.
plenty of work, we love here. And you go there, and it's great for a week, and then all of a sudden, they don't have any cars coming in. They don't have any cars coming in,
never
they ain't
mind.
making no money, because you're at flat rate. You say, hey, you'll only be here for 10 hours.
You'll find a good one. There's plenty of good ones out there.
So I work for Medbed in Council Rock.
Oh, okay.
I work there from, I do their
So that's a
cars.
salary probably, or hourly, whatever, it's not.
Are we on the air right now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I'll take it, I can take it off.
Why?
What is your skill?
We've got your back. That's right. Walgreens pharmacists are here to consult with you in person and answer any questions you may have about new and existing medications. You can even get free advice from our trusted experts day and night at walgreens.com or the mobile app. Walgreens has all major brands of diabetes testing supplies like One Touch and Walgreens True Metrics. That's not just good news, it's great news. Stop by and talk to your Walgreens pharmacist today. Walgreens, trusted since 1901.
This report is brought to you by the Flood Control District of the 7-county metro area.
Sunny and hot again today with a high of 97. Tonight partly cloudy and a low of 64. Tomorrow mostly sunny with a high of 89. Friday partly sunny and a high of 85.
The Flood Control District of the 7-county metro area, protecting people.
Yeah, of course it does.
So people only get, okay, so
I
wow.
watch it on YouTube and stuff.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah, that's kind of why.
Oh my God, that is, so we
You know,
gotta,
I've been,
I gotta put something out there that just there, and I've not tried.
So it says, I'm just looking at this Kratom, I've never heard of Kratom before, it's actually, they say it's better.
So when
Yeah,
I
that, we gotta
compared it to
do
online,
something here.
it said, it kind of what benefits you were looking for.
What type of pain are you looking for?
Yeah, it said, so, like, I was telling him, you know, I got on painkillers and stuff when I was in my late teens, early 20s, because I struggled with the anxiety and nervousness like all the time. You know, growing up, I didn't feel really for me a spanking when I got home. My parents were disciplinary. One time my dad came to school and spanked me.
So I said, I should have done that. We used to get spanked.
Oh, yeah.
Taking painkillers ahead of time. Hey, that's nothing. That's nothing.
Yeah. His dad would throw fucking pliers
That
at
is
him.
absolutely.
Painkillers ahead of time. Prophylactic.
When you know you're going to
On
get
the way
it.
home from school, just pop a couple
Pop
perks.
a couple.
Prophylactic. I get absolutely nothing. Last painkiller I had was probably 4 or 5 years ago, and I had a root canal done. And it just doesn't do anything for me. It's almost like they don't fucking
Like
work.
what? What are you using though?
I don't remember what it was. What did they give you for a root canal?
Well, no, they try to do Vicodin at first. That's a lower one.
Suzanne, if she takes one, she'll actually not like a buzz, but she definitely gets an effect.
People's body chemistry is so different.
Vicodin gives me nausea.
Yeah.
Flexerol. I fucked my shoulder up years ago, and it would feel better, but I never got like a buzz from Flexerol.
I think it's muscle relaxer.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's
muscle relaxer. So it's totally different.
It's not an opiate.
So like, what is it? Are opiates like Valium?
No.
Valium
is not an opiate.
So are they a downer?
Opiates are your Percocet, your
What are they downers?
No,
you don't feel down
they're
when
not
you're
a
on.
stimulant nor a downer. They have different effects on different
It's a receptor, brain receptor.
So it's more like smoking dope?
Yeah, more like that. That's not
Okay.
But you gotta take a couple shots with them.
That's what I do.
Then you're really flying in. Now it's a party.
Once your body adapts, so you don't feel anything.
That's exactly right.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't feel anything. It shuts off the switch.
Now, this,
You're on quite a bit, right?
Yeah, but I have a spinal cord injury. It'll never heal.
No, I know that, but I'm saying, have you had to take more and more each year?
Yeah, but I got to a plateau where I'm fine. I don't have to keep going.
See if you can, I'm feeling down, and I do appreciate you being around.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. I am your consumer advocate. We're solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints, and making your life just a little easier. That's what we do each and every day. This hour brought to you by Fix It 24/7. Listen to this deal, Fix It 24/7. it used to be great, now it's even better. $39 to diagnose any problem with plumbing, cooling, even heating, electric, and drains. That's it. $39 no matter how long it takes. And then if you get it fixed, forget the $39, but it goes one step further. You now get $77.77 off of all repairs. We're calling it the Lucky Sevens. The Lucky Sevens. $77.77 off all repairs when you get a licensed tech to your home for just $39. Now, remember, you don't pay the $39 if you have the work done. You just get a discount of $77.77. So it's $39 for the diagnostic fee, and that's all you pay if that's all you want. No obligation to get anything fixed. Fix it 24/7, and the number is 720-526-3939.
So my GFI switch,
yes,
out on my deck,
right,
is dead.
Well, then you know it's dead.
Well, but 30, is it the switch? Could it be something in there? But my question is, so for $39, they'll come out.
And they'll say, okay.
And they'll tell me if it's dead.
And they'll say the breaker at the circuit box is bad.
Okay.
And it's going to take X amount of dollars, and then they take 77.77 off the bill.
Wow.
Now, if you say, okay, no thank you. Then
if I say hit the bricks, they're going to tell me what's wrong.
Then
I could do it myself.
You get a written report for $39.
Or have you over to do it at that point.
303-713-TALK, 713-8255. By the way, their website is fixmyhome.com. Our website is referralist.com. We got a lot going on. Let's go right to the phones. Greg has some landlord issues. Greg, the number one most difficult problem to deal with tenant landlord, and really with most everything, is black mold. And I'll tell you why, Greg. Because black mold, let's just put it this way, about 2 to 3% of all mold is toxic. I know everyone thinks their mold is toxic. It mostly is not. People say, well, I have a sensitivity to it. That might be true, but it's not going to kill you, nor is it toxic. And the problem is, it's not covered under habitability. So, if you say the place is uninhabitable because it has black mold, it's incumbent upon you to show that it is toxic black mold. And it probably isn't if it came from just a leak. But it could be. But you're the one. The landlord doesn't have to come and say, oh my God, there's black mold, let's get it tested. They don't have to do that, nor will they. Because here's why. Mostly in other states, but it's happened a few here. Like, for example, in Texas, these landlords, until somebody put a stop to it, these landlords were damn near building an entire new house because there was a plumbing leak. You know, not only did people want the damn thing torn down, they wanted the soil removed. It was ridiculous over black mold. Now, I'm not saying you're ridiculous. I'm saying that it's going to be the most difficult thing you do, and it's better to move. Because unless you're just satisfied with getting the plumbing leak fixed and removing the mold, that's really about all you're going to get. And I know this from just dealing over and over and over and over with it. It's just one of these things that people fight and they get nowhere. Now, if you want your plumbing stuff fixed, yes. If you want the other repairs done, yes. But you're not going to basically convert that landlord. So we need to pick the biggest issues. The biggest issues. What are they?
So the biggest issue is the maintenance repairs that they're not taking care of.
And that's okay. And what would be the maintenance repair, the biggest maintenance repair?
The biggest maintenance repair was originally the leak. The leak is supposedly fixed 2 days ago.
All right.
We have a broken window, our siding is destroyed, and our roof needs to be repaired.
Is this a house, by the way? Is this a house?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is.
Now, you say the siding is destroyed. What do you mean?
So that hailstorm that we had down in Fountain about a month ago,
yeah,
the hail just peppered holes through our siding. And underneath the siding, there's supposed to be a waterproofing barrier between the siding and the house.
Yeah.
Well, that's not even there.
Well, what is that? How is that affecting you?
The broken window,
No, the siding. How is that lack of a barrier on the siding affecting you?
There's been rainstorms, and the rain is going to get in between the siding and the house.
Has the rain gotten in between the siding and the house?
Yes.
And what has it done to you?
To me personally, nothing yet.
Greg, listen, I got to tell you something, man. You're jousting at windmills, man. I mean, you're fighting battles that aren't yours. This is a landlord who owns the place. Who cares if moisture gets between the siding and I mean, really, why do you care? What is directly affecting you right now, Greg? What is directly affecting you? I'm on your side, and I'm not hearing a lot of stuff. I'm hearing a leak that now has been fixed, and you don't like the way the siding is installed, but they're not gonna change that, and they don't have to. I think you're really, and please take this how it's intended, to help you. You need to move. You're not going to get this guy to rebuild a house. He's just not, they're just not going to do it. I mean, I could lie to you, and I could say, oh my God, I can't believe they installed siding without a vapor barrier. Who cares? That's not a tenant issue. It really isn't. Is there anything right now directly affecting you where it makes your life intolerable there? Tell me. I mean, I can see a plumbing leak being a problem. What else is going on right now? And mold, by the way, with a good bleach and a scrub brush, you can get rid of mold in about 5 minutes. So, or it kills. You know, mold goes away unless somebody keeps feeding it. It's not going to stay there, especially if the leak's been fixed. But we can get through. And if you are not in a position to do this, we could probably even find people to help you. So, what is it that you think would constitute a breach of the landlord's responsibility?
Their failure to maintain the property.
Give me one item where they failed to maintain the property.
They say with an emergency work order, they have to have something done within 24 hours. We still have a broken window. Our siding is all destroyed. It's taken them 7 months now.
I understand. The siding is unsightly, but how is it an emergency?
That necessarily isn't the emergency, but according to their information, a broken window is an emergency.
Where is the window broken?
The window is broken in our downstairs bathroom. It's shattered.
Okay, and is it an open now? Is it open to the bathroom? Can people reach in and open that window?
There's a plastic tarp over it.
Okay, so that needs to be fixed. I get you. That needs to be fixed. You know, we'll help you. We'll help you and call the landlord. But Greg, really, honest to God, you need to move, man. And here's the unfortunate thing. I don't think you're going to find a landlord that can meet your standards. I know it. It sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? They should fix a broken window. They should. I want to ask our common man today. We have a guy in who's been listening for years. He's 34, a young man, Griffin. Griffin, he's a fan of the show, and he's a property manager. Griffin, hey, you're excellent to ask this. What do you think about this tenant? Now, I don't want to paint Greg as some kind of nut. I mean, he's not making huge demands. But I think many times, and I don't want your answer influenced by me. I want you to speak your mind. But I think many times people, they go over the line. In other words, it is not their property. And even though we want things to look good and we want things to be a certain way, when you rent a place, you don't have necessarily the right to demand certain things. In fact, if the siding looks like crap, I think that's the landlord's prerogative. I really do. If it doesn't affect the inside space, I don't think there's anything Greg can do about it. But what do you think about the broken window and other stuff? You've heard the whole call. What do you think?
Yeah, the window needs to be replaced immediately.
Right, that's safety.
Now, he did mention that there's an option to buy after a year, and I think he wants the siding fixed now.
Oh.
So that when he goes to, if he plans on buying the place,
that's
it's something he doesn't have to, deal with later on.
Hey, Greg, are you thinking about buying this maybe?
Yeah, that is definitely our intention.
Well, okay, that changes things. By the way, Greg, If you go to buy this, you better address that siding issue, but you can't make him. He can sell that house to anyone, and you can't make him fix it, but that's definitely a negotiating point. When you brought up the siding and the idea of purchase, what did he say?
So the company that we're going through, they purchase the house and they give us the opportunity to buy it.
Right, but what do they say when you say, I'll buy it, but I need some stuff done?
We've told them we have interest in buying it. We aren't at that point where we can buy it yet. We have to wait for the full year to be completed before we can buy it.
Right.
We told them about the siding, and they said they would have someone come out and look at it, but no one came out and looked at it.
I don't think it's a priority, Greg.
They haven't followed through.
I don't think it's a priority because I don't think it's affecting the rental space. What were you going to say, Greg?
Clint. Greg, didn't you say that was from a hailstorm?
Yes.
Isn't there a hail claim to repair the roof and siding?
Well, who cares? It's not up to him. I mean, okay, Clint, yes, there is. Now what?
Okay, well then
what?
It'll probably get fixed before.
I know, but here's the point: he can't make him do it.
No, he can't make him do it.
That's the point. Is that it just sucks because they don't care. I don't know how to tell Greg this, but they don't care. It's not affecting their income stream. Do landlords I'm going to ask you as a property manager, Griffin. Do landlords really care?
Yeah, I try to take good care of myself.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the owners. Do they really care?
Look, most people don't care. All they care about is getting money in their pocket.
Right.
Okay. He doesn't. He doesn't want to live there.
Now, they want repairs. They want repairs done that'll ruin the house if it's leaking and it's going to ruin something, right? But I'll bet you you've had times you said this should be addressed, and they say not now. I know it's happened, but maybe not. Maybe your owners are right on top of it, no matter what goes wrong.
They're pretty good.
They are.
Yeah.
Then they care about their property.
Well, yeah, because if they don't, they ain't living there.
Well, I'm talking about the owners, not the. You're a property manager, right?
Well, yeah. So I manage 2 properties up in Aurora.
Yeah.
That my family owns.
Oh,
so I'm the owner.
Okay, that's different. That's different. You want to keep that in good condition.
Yeah.
But there are many owners. It's called land banking. They're holding this. Their cash flow. They're making some money. They don't want to put a lot in because they know it will not affect them at all when they go to sell it. At all, unless it ruins the property. If it's a code violation or ruins the property, then they'll get involved. So Clint, let's help this disabled veteran to make some noise with his landlord to get some help for him. 303-713-8255. And let's talk about stem cell therapy as well. While we're on the topic of consumer advocacy and fighting for people, really that's what Dr. Chris Centeno does. He does as much time fighting the bad guys as he does giving great stem cell therapy. He wants to let people know that most stem cell clinics, unfortunately, most of them are offering fake or dead stem cell therapy. So I'm going to tell you how to tell. If it's a chiropractor, there's probably a 90% chance you're being scammed. Not because they're chiropractors. I love chiropractors. But if they have amniotic fluid shipped in, it is not a living stem cell product, and we can prove it. And I have $10,000 to prove it if any chiropractor wants to take me up on the challenge. Now, if you want real stem cell therapy, real MDs, real registered nurses with not only stem cells but other options available, call for an evaluation at Centeno Schultz. They now have a Lone Tree location right here in the Tech Center as well as in Broomfield. 303-963-9201. 963-9201, and they have a seminar coming up. When is that, Mark? That seminar
it's the 12th.
Tomorrow. So people can still, now this is short notice, I know this. You can still get in, reserve a seat, 6 o'clock, no charge. Here's the number for that seminar. 720-464-7053, CentenoSchultz.com/seminars.
This report is
a bum-fucked Egypt, which is actually a real place.
I was just escaping that.
She got me good with that. She is.
Get her back. We'll get her back.
We still believe everything you say.
I hope not.
So hold on, what is the well, that guy? I feel bad for that guy.
What guy?
I can't tell you how many people believe they believe that they like I know. You know what? That siding may look like hell, and you're living there. You want it to look good, even though it's not yours. That's the pain of renting. If the landlord doesn't give a shit, you're stuck. I feel bad.
I think he's worried about moisture getting in there and causing future problems, and he wants to buy the place. You know, in another 4 months
that
or
was a
whatever.
good point.
You know, he's thinking, oh man, I don't want there to be these pre-existing conditions and problems when I buy it.
Well, I think you should be happy that at least seeing what was not underneath there.
Yeah.
If he does buy it and stuff, he knows what kind of issues there's
What
going
does
to be.
Cam pay?
Talk to the landlord and get the damn hail claim taken care of. Sure.
Those companies, they don't care, man.
It's a weird sounding commercial.
Well, you know, he obviously doesn't have the funds to be able to buy a house if he's got to rent first anyways.
I don't even know how that rent-to-own works. I mean, I think it's kind of a scam.
Yeah, most of them sound like it to me.
They take advantage of people that don't have the funds.
Sounds to me like it sometimes.
I mean, do they say up front so much of this goes, rent-to-own?
They're scams, generally.
I used to work with this guy, man. He said after he moved in, they ended up thinking like, oh, you need another $2,000. It was ridiculous. And
Yeah,
it was the only place that would rent to them, with their credit history and their situation and stuff. So
They went down from in the Springs, and he thought he had done 30 years of rent-to-own. And found out that there was nothing.
My crazy sister in Georgia, we sold her house that way down there. But,
You know that LaShawn McCoy?
What's that, bud?
That LaShawn McCoy, that beating, the girlfriend beating?
Oh, whatever happened?
I think
we've had 2 cases where we've had people we did property management for that didn't give a shit. We dropped them.
What's the matter?
Because you got the tenant calling me all the time with these problems.
Yeah,
They don't take care of it. Screw it. They're not gonna
makes you look like a bad guy.
I think he hired someone.
I hate this guy.
I don't think it was
This guy wasn't working. He started off
Why?
okay. He wasn't working out.
That beating of the girlfriend?
What about it?
What's the breakdown?
I think he hired someone,
600
or a friend told him to go in there.
K or what?
Because they went in there and beat her, and then asked for specific things of his.
Did he beat her?
I don't think so. I think it was someone else that did it. But there's nothing that's black and white on it. The cop says the intruder specifically targeted that home and identified.
Well, I think what they went after was probably a fucking rape. If they asked for a personal item, well, they were going to get married. I'm sure he gave her a ring.
I thought you meant Super Bowl.
No.
Get rid of cigarette smoke smell.
Yeah, they're all rid of it.
Whole house if you want.
I don't know why he didn't use ozone and addiction.
Get about 40K ozone getter. I got one in the back of my car right now. Put them out for a day.
As far as mine goes, I think the law says that
Big as this. Well, they were.
I can't wait. I don't know what exactly what happened. Say that again.
I think the law says she can keep it as a gift, right?
Well, yeah, but the law also says you can't send someone over to the fucking house to tune her up. I mean, the law. What's the law? What's the law got to do with that?
You show me that law.
There'll be no tuning up over there. That's the craziest shit ever.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Remember what I'm saying?
I mean, the guy, we already know he's not following the law. The fuck you talking
No,
about?
I'm saying she, but legally, she could keep it.
In most states,
In
most states,
Depending on who
a
brings it
engagement ring, the woman can keep. It's a gift. But in some states, Bonnie has said that it's opposite.
Or does it depend upon who does the break?
It's more of a promissory. In other words, this is yours with the intent to marry. So therefore, that doesn't have to be correct. But here it's a gift.
CenturyRV.com. 303-451-1111. 2 locations. In Lakewood, just north of 6th Avenue between Kipling and Sims, next to Woodley's, and north of Denver. On I-25 and the 119 turnoff to Longmont, where they have a service department there too. New and used at both locations. The largest selection of Cougars anywhere. I'm talking about Cougars, the motorhome. Oh, it's a little humor here, a little RV humor. Anyway, if you are looking for an RV, Century RV truly is a great place to go. I mean, Mark searched all over the country on the internet, and guess what? He bought right here in our backyard because it was the best deal. So that's 303-451-1111, CenturyRV.com. Ken, welcome, sir. What is going on, and how can we help you, Ken?
Yes, Tom. Thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir. What's happening?
My son is a Special Forces Green Beret Master Sergeant.
My goodness gracious, you got to be proud of him.
Very proud, and you can imagine what he's done to protect the country the way it's been in the last 20 years.
Where is he stationed?
He just got transferred from Fort Bragg to a base, and I'm not exactly sure what base.
Now, I'm just curious, as a Green Beret, how do you have to start to be a Green Beret? Where do you start?
Army. Well,
yeah, I know it's the Army, but like what
Army,
do you have to from the beginning do like officer training, or can you be an enlisted man? How does it work?
Well, they tried to get him to go Green Beret from boot camp, but he chose not to. After about 2 years, they convinced him to go Green Beret. And what it is there's a 3-year program called the Q course, and they go through all of this training. It's pretty serious training for 3 years, and if they make it through this, which only about 3% do, then they become a Green Beret. And a Green Beret team is a team of 12 people. They drop them in wherever they have to behind enemy lines, and they accomplish their mission and then fight their way out.
And they're almost, correct me if I'm wrong, they're almost as tough as Navy SEALs.
Oh, actually, I'll tell you the truth. I think
I'm just kidding.
You'd have an argument on your hands there.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. So anyway, what's happening?
Okay, well, here's the thing. He got transferred to Florida. He bought a house in Florida. The problem with the house is this. The home inspector said that the AC unit was suspect. And so the seller and the seller's agent, they said, okay, here's what we're going to do.
I hope they didn't get it certified.
We're going to buy you a home warranty. We're going to buy you a home warranty. And so with that home warranty, then you have no problem. Anything goes wrong, it's taken care of. And
just the
no
opposite.
problem.
Yeah, home warranties are the most useless thing you can buy.
Absolutely. They pacified my son in doing so.
Well, of course. And
anyway,
home warranties say basically this. If it's a problem, we won't cover it.
Right.
But let me go in deeper. If it comes from if it's a pre-existing problem, they definitely won't cover it. And if it's a result of abuse, they won't cover it. There are so many outs that basically what they do cover some things, and they cover manufacturer's defects, which almost are always manifested in the very beginning, so you don't get any coverage. It's just ridiculous. So which one was this? What was the name of the warranty?
I think it was American Home Warranty, but I don't swear to that. I believe that's what it was.
Okay.
But anyway, here's the situation. Of course, they moved in when the weather wasn't hot. That was a few months back, and of course, when it gets to air conditioner season, the air conditioners.
Anyway, we don't have to go through it. It doesn't work. Now what? What did they tell them?
Okay, so they come in.
Yeah. So what did they tell them? Let's get right to the part where they turned them down. Why did they turn them down? Let's get right to that part.
Here's the situation. The tech is telling them that the home warranty will only throw parts at it. They're not going to fix the problem.
Well, I'm surprised they're doing that.
The unit is not ever going to produce the way that it should.
Now, hold on. Let me get this straight.
It's grossly undersized.
Ken, you understand, if this thing was undersized, you do know that a warranty would not cover that to begin with. The home inspector, home inspector should have said that. Now, if it was undersized, but here's what I'm getting at. And I'm not getting at what should happen, what's proper to happen, what your great loyal, patriotic son deserves. None of that comes into question. I'm just saying this, that on the face of it, the seller did exactly what they said they would do. They offered a warranty, and now it lies in a contractual agreement. What is the warranty? Here's what I need to know. the warranty company is obviously doing something. And without regard to the opinion of the service guy, what are the things the warranty company is paying for? Tell me what they're doing. I mean, if they're throwing parts at it, that's a good sign.
Here's what they did. They came out, they got the unit working, but they said it will never work to the capacity that it was intended to work to. And
okay, what you're saying, Ken, I know exactly what you're saying. It's a bad unit and it should be replaced, but that's not a warranty issue. It's not a warranty issue. What they're saying is this whole thing was mismatched from the beginning. It's a bad AC system, and you know what? That's not a warranty issue. That's and your son and it's guess what?
Go back to the,
no, you can't go back to the seller because you already bought the house. You can only go back to the seller for misrepresentation or fraud.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And they represented the unit as being a working unit.
And it was working.
Problems,
no, hold on. Show
no,
me,
it wasn't.
Ken. I'm doing this as a favor to you. I'm arguing with you as a favor. I hope you see it like this because the next step up and the next step up, you're going to have your arguments down pat. So here, Ken, I'm going to ask you this. Tell me, where did they say no problems? Where? Show me that in writing. No problems.
Well, I can't do that because I haven't seen the paperwork.
You just told me that they represented it as you said. They represented it as a working unit with no problems.
They represented it as a working unit. The seller said that the homeowner or the home inspector was wrong, that the unit had been working fine.
Show me in writing. Okay. Show me in writing where the owner says the home inspector is wrong, the unit has no problems, and guess what? We're in. We're in, baby. We got it. Show me that.
Yeah.
Because here's what's going to happen, Ken.
I don't know if I can.
Well, you know you can't. And then I'm just playing devil's advocate. Here's what's going to happen, Ken. You're going to go to that sucker, that seller, and that seller's going to say, we never said it. That's why we bought a warranty. We don't know the condition of this thing. He had his own home inspector. Why didn't his own home inspector find the problems if there were any? His own home inspector said it was working, but just a little suspect. We bought a warranty. Tell me where we said it had no problems. Tell me where the misrepresentation was. That's what they're going to say, Ken.
All right, Tom. I'm going to have to let you go. Thank you.
Well, okay, you didn't hear what you liked. So hang up, because I can tell you how to fight it if you want, but if you'd rather just run and hide, go ahead. I'm Tom Art. I bet you your son wouldn't do that. Your son would want to know every single strategy he could to help. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We have a lot more to talk about, and I will tell people in similar situations, if they don't hear what they like, they may still get information that can help. But you see what? I'm not going to go loading you up with a lot of blanks, because then when you get in your gun battle, you know what's going to happen? You're going to get shot and killed. So if you're calling to hear what you want, don't call me. Sometimes I tell you what you want, but every single time I'll tell you what you need. And you will win a lot of the time. Now, sometimes you've screwed it up so royally you can't win. So I know this guy, oh, well, Tom, okay, I guess I can't. You can't help me. No, you won't accept the true kind of help. There is no misrepresentation. But there is something you can do. Can anyone guess? What can you do? What would you do? What would you do? There is something you can do.
Learn from his mistakes.
Well, of course, that, for sure. But there is something else he can do, and possibly have this homeowner on misrepresentation. But you know what? He doesn't want to hear it. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. If you have things you don't want to hear, don't get a hearing aid from Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center. And then you can just turn it down and never have to worry about it. On a serious note, if you have a hearing problem, and by the way, if you are a veteran with a hearing problem, they have very special deals for you. Now, for everyone, they have free test drives. I talk about tinnitus all the time because it's an annoying thing. Do you know it affects nearly half the population, this ringing and buzzing in ears? But even if you don't have that, let's talk now about hearing loss alone. Everyone has a degree of hearing loss as you get older. Now, most of it you can live with, but if there's a hearing loss that's getting aggravating for you, your loved ones, call for an evaluation, and then you can have a free trial period to see if you like it. Helpforringing.com is the website. Now, here is the number, 303-534-0163, Colorado Tinnitus. Look them up on my referral list, referralist.com, and get a free test drive of a hearing aid.
So what do you think you can do?
Nothing.
There's something you
can go buy a new AC.
You think it's a disclosure? Well, I mean, I don't know what they disclosed. Yeah, I'm hoping they disclosed there was nothing wrong with the AC.
Yeah, but
okay,
there might not be anything wrong with the AC.
Hold on, that's right. But I'll tell you this. I would call all of the area HVAC companies or talk to the neighbors to see if any HVAC people have ever been to that house recently. And I would call those companies. I'd say, I'm doing some research on this address, and I'd just like to know, because I'd like to finish up, was anything ever recommended or whatever needs to be done, I'd like to get it done. And then you get them to talk, because there's no privacy, there's no HIPAA. And then if they were told, and we've done this before with success, if they're told that something needed to be done, and they put on the disclosure there was nothing wrong, you got it, they're dead.
Looking for the sticker on the AC or the furnace.
Then you win. But that guy didn't want to hear it.
No. No, he was looking for a gotcha.
No, he actually wasn't looking for a gotcha. He was looking for, he was saying that they said it was okay. Well, they misrepresented it.
He probably wasn't there when he sold the property. He probably just going off what he said. Yeah, Dad, I bought this property.
It's just a bad, here's what it is, a bad air conditioning system. They had a bad, he bought it with a bad air conditioning system, and he's pissed off. So now he's got to find a bad guy. You know what? They brought it to the seller's attention. The seller bought a warranty, which is stupid, because the warranty has so many exclusions.
They didn't know it had something wrong with it. There's proof it had a pre-existing condition. I've never bought a house that didn't need work, that didn't need something.
But you want to know something now? Everyone wants everything done. Everyone. There is no responsibility. No one wants responsibility for anything.
You know, we got kind of kicked on.
They don't want home ownership. They don't want raising children. They don't want any responsibility. Everyone else is to blame.
Yeah, that's true.
How many times have we had parents call this show and their kids have a host of problems, all outside the house? They haven't pointed one finger at themselves.
Yeah. Why is it I've got 5 kids and 16 grandkids and none of them ever been in trouble?
There's no accountability, man. Nobody takes any responsibility for yourself, man.
It's your fault I'm poor, you know. You take your 2 granddaughters, yeah. But that, you know, attitude makes a big difference as well.
You're probably the best article on that thing.
What's that?
Send it to me so I can read it.
Oh, what is it? On what? Mark, I didn't finish that thing.
That just says that.
Okay, so the rest of it is, you can add more words for some reason, but I don't know how many more.
Dan's been pulling from her about football.
What's that?
Running back? Running back.
How long do you got?
John McCoy?
I just want to look.
I didn't know that.
Oh, God, go to your face.
At his house.
Did it happen at his house, or was his house in London, or was it?
No,
London.
Apparently the woman who first put it was in London.
Oh, okay.
So you've got nothing, 777 off all repairs.
And then he gets off.
Yeah, I know. That's
all
good.
right.
Now,
do an episode about something similar.
well, see, we got to get across. Get this.
It was his house.
So,
We'll just
John McCoy's house.
I see. Okay. Let's not try to.
I
don't want to.
We tried to
we
evict
got to
him 2
get that
times.
across. That
He had asked for these certain
without clicking through
things of
those
jewelry,
two concepts.
engagement ring, proximity.
And it's really a difficult concept. I would
A
have
guy that came in at 3 in the morning without a forced entry, so it looks like he did a key.
Did you send it?
Yeah, I sent it to him. Pistol whipped her.
So that
Pistol whipped
so
her.
bad.
Yep.
What?
That tuning up deal, he pistol whipped her.
That's designed to help and he's denying he was even there.
I don't think he was.
It sounds like he probably sent
someone there.
One of his crew.
3 o'clock in
I
the
know
morning.
this sounds warped,
3 o'clock in the
but
morning.
with domestic violence, an affordable concierge help.
This isn't really domestic violence.
Because it doesn't give them.
Well, that's what I was saying. This isn't domestic violence. This is, he wants her the fuck out of his house. She won't leave.
And the jewelry. He's tried to evict her twice.
Are you talking about the guy in the hospital? Did I email?
No, the girl.
Oh, real quick, you said Wednesday's recap. Did you mean it then? I bet you didn't mean it.
Oh, I just did it.
That guy's gone.
Okay, I didn't know it
The
went.
guy that didn't want to hear what I was saying, right? He's gone.
Oh, with the special forces?
You can be so cruel.
Did you call him back?
That was a little belt.
He called in. I don't have any of
Someone to
them.
get, what was his name? Kevin?
Ken.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Bright Light Chiropractic.
A bright light, a bright spot in your life. Both Dan and I are patients. Deputy Dan, Deputy Clint should be. He wouldn't be in the position he's in. Bright Light. Here's how to get in touch with him. BrightenYourFamily.com. Listen, it's this simple. If you're looking for a good chiropractor, this is a great chiropractor, a family chiropractor, one that does gentle, targeted, direct manipulation of the vertebrae that involve nerves, because he believes those subluxations of the nerves cause further misalignments of the spine, and then it's a vicious cycle. He calls it the torque release technique, and he's on University and County Line. If you want to break the cycle of pain, or you want regular maintenance, whatever you want, it's only $50 to be evaluated with x-rays and with a thermal scan, and then you know, the adjustments are only $30 to $50 depending on how many you buy. I really like Mike, Dr. Mike. BrightenYourFamily.com. Brighten as in brighten up. BrightenYourFamily.com. 720-583-4506. Let's talk about this other guy really quickly, okay?
I think you made him cry.
Here's what I would do. No, what I was saying is, it's so easy to say, well, they misrepresent. They said there were no problems. Here's what happened. His home inspector says, you know, this AC condition is a little iffy. And then he went and they said, hey, you know, we don't like this AC. And they said, look, let's just buy a warranty and take the worry out of it. They buy a warranty. That warranty could be wrought with all kinds of problems. But the real thing is, was there misrepresentation? Now, if he on the disclosure sheet marked no problems or do not know, then you got him. If you do your homework and it comes through. And I'll tell you why. This is what I was going to tell the guy when he didn't want to listen, because I didn't tell him exactly. He wanted me to say, oh, you got a slam dunk case here, man. You're going to go and sue them and they're going to pay you. No, misrepresentation is hard to prove. Now, I'm assuming they did not put down on the disclosure sheet, I'm assuming they did not put down there are known problems. Most people put down either no, there are no problems, or do not know. Now what you do is you go to a couple neighbors and you go to local companies that service that area, and you go to HVAC companies. And you ask, hey, listen, I just moved in here. I wonder if my address is on file. I know the guy called to have some quotes. I'd like to know to get some stuff done now that I own it. He obviously wasn't going to do stuff. He was selling the house. And I would do that. And they will check their records. They'd love to get you as a customer. And I would do that because there's only going to be a handful of companies in the area. And if you find that that guy had somebody come out there, we do this all the time, and it's pay dirt. Because in one case, the guy was told, in another case we had, a guy was told he needed his entire basement lifted and the walls were crumbling and he was going to have major foundation problems. And the guy later went on to sell it, and he put down, do not know, when it came to structural. And we found this estimate that said he not only knew, but he did nothing about it, and then it was a slam dunk. So if you find, now this may not happen, but if you find this guy was advised of problems before by a contractor, it's done. It's done. You are going to win. So you see, you should listen, Ken, because that is a strategy, a winning strategy, not a crybaby somebody else should pay strategy. Woodrow, what's going on with you? Woodrow. Hello, Woodrow? I'm hoping he's on. He waited a while. Okay. Just check and see if he's on there, okay? And I'll go to someone else who's been waiting a while, like Donna. Donna, I'm hoping you're there. Are you there, Donna?
Oh, I most certainly am.
Donna, what's going on with Clayton Homes?
Oh my God.
What's happening?
It says, Tom Martino, I'm hoping you are the miracle man that
Well,
you say you are.
Well, I don't say I'm a miracle man. Sometimes we are. What's going on with Clayton Homes? Get right to that problem. Tell me what's going on.
I'm calling from Seattle, Washington.
Okay.
Calling for my son-in-law and my daughter.
Okay.
He's a 15-year veteran. He got med-boarded out of the Army.
So
last year.
You're in Seattle. What's the connection here to Clayton Homes?
Mama Bear.
Okay.
That's what I am.
All right.
Okay, so they went last November, purchased the plan from Clayton Homes, went to their lender, got it all pre-approved.
Is Clayton a pre-manufactured home?
Yes, it is. It's a modular home.
Okay.
So they picked out the home of their dreams. They found 5 acres in Elbert County. Elbert, Colorado.
I got it.
Elbert is a city.
I know where it is. I know where it is. Gotcha.
Okay, so they're in Bufu.
Yeah, okay. Thanks.
Okay.
Clint's been there.
I called Clayton Homes back in February and talked to Tammy, who was the construction manager.
What's the problem?
The problem is that last Thursday, they had sold their home in January with the promise of being moved in, because they had a home in Colorado Springs.
Okay.
Okay, they sold it. So they had, and they just, 7 months later, the owners are getting pretty set.
The contract calls for how long to get the house done?
Well, when I talked to Tammy, the manager.
What does the contract say about getting the home done?
She promised it would be done in April.
Is that what the contract says?
I don't know what the contract says.
Keep going.
Here's what happened. I'll give you the latest. On Thursday, the kids pack up. Now, mind you, my daughter has a 2-year-old, a 1-year-old, and is 5 months pregnant. Okay, so it's not like there's
I understand.
2 of them.
It sucks.
Tammy had told them.
I get it. Keep going. What happened then?
The inspector will be out there.
Okay.
Last Friday.
Did they already close on it technically?
Yes.
So they paid for it. They paid for it.
Friday, when Tammy said call at 8:30, they'll give you the window of when they'll be out. They're not open on Friday in Elbert County, so they're stuck at a hotel in Castle Rock.
All day Friday.
They're still there. No, they're still there.
This was when then?
Last Thursday night, they decided to stay in a hotel. So
right. Why are they still there though?
Because the inspection. The inspector went again today.
I'll bet you they were closed because of the 4th of July weekend.
No, she said.
Well, okay, it doesn't matter.
They're only open every week, Monday through
Suzanne?
Donna, pardon me. This is what I'm confused at. Why do they show up with their stuff in a U-Haul with knowing the inspector hasn't even shown up to approve the place? That's what confuses me.
I don't know.
It would be approved and they could move in on Friday. So they had to get out of their place in Colorado because the new owners are saying, hey, we have bought this in January.
I understand all of this. Hold on a second, all right? Just hold on. We'll come right back to you.
Basically, the house isn't ready. I mean,
It's not ready.
So, miracle worker.
So,
Go fix the house.
Why isn't the house ready?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know? Does anyone know? Can you talk to her during the break and just find out some details and then get off when we come back on? Let's do that. Let's just at least talk to her off the air.
I'm not even
She's on line 4. Just cut.
I'm right where
Find out why it's
about the value of the house.
The guy with the military stuff, the guy with the AC unit, you should have told him he didn't have a teachable spirit. I was going to say it, but I was too late.
You are so right.
Ken, you need to have a teachable spirit. Go into listening mode and listen more and drop some knowledge on you, okay? Teachable spirit.
That is actually
right.
It's actually right. You're right.
God gave us 2 years.
First year pay. It looks like
I don't like it. What happens if you don't listen? I get spanked.
Is this part of the house too?
Right, you do.
Another precious stage of this horrible disease. If you or someone you know is abusing
get a lot in Georgia.
drugs,
It's crazy. Same with Texas, man.
Anxiety, depression, or trauma related
Oklahoma, you go up to the panhandle, you can like own the panhandle.
Well, what's the problem of
today? They
having a house in Georgia?
special numbers to
Selling
address your concerns.
Living in Georgia?
720-896-5559. That's 720 720-893-5555.
That's about as deep
The Raleigh
south
House
as
is
it
a
gets.
premier addiction recovery program located here in Colorado. You'll speak to someone local about different treatment options, all evidence-based treatments designed to help reduce substance abuse. No more excuses, no more
Are you guys familiar
denials.
with Michael
Get
Brown?
the help you need.
Michael Brown?
Insurance covers the cost.
I'm curious. I listen to the show sometimes.
The Raleigh House, 720-893-5559.
I was wondering what you like.
720-893-5559. Call today.
Don't be instigating, bud.
Yeah, he's always stirring the crap.
Fuck, I know, man.
This is a standing joke.
Listen to you and find you the
Standing
loan that
joke.
benefits you with the lowest rate.
I was one that did the principal. And then you guys, you know, not too long after there, you guys are replacing all these fucking lights, and I'm simply bringing down some of the old ones, and holy shit, did I get jacked.
And Ross did that.
Yeah, it was. It was you guys and Ross.
Whether you call or come in, she will make you feel like family.
And who did the building come see?
With the nap,
Me.
because you were the slowest one coming out.
What are you doing? I didn't do anything. Why are you carrying those? Carrying what?
These lights. Oh, these lights.
They were just in there. Ross was fucking.
It looked like the sun in there.
That's the only one of those headaches I've ever had in my life. That migraine.
Oh, yeah. Do you remember that?
Oh, that was so freaky, man. Have you ever had one of those? Dude, it was like being on acid, man. There was no actual headache, but just shit was like this in front of me. And I got up and I walked down. I went outside thinking maybe I needed just fresh air, and it was just unbelievable.
Oh, you thought someone took you
I had to pull half a dollar to not hear about the pregnancy.
I had her drive me right up to the fucking emergency room.
Dude, don't answer questions, man.
What'd that cost you?
I know.
What's wrong?
Well, it was
Well,
actually
I
Kaiser's.
I know.
What do you call it? It's kind of like
It's a disabled vet and all
You
this.
can get right
Yeah,
in.
yeah, yeah.
It was
Did you
$100
get anything?
and then
The county
probably
inspector
ended up
came out,
giving me
it's got at least 10 major things wrong, it will not pass. They got a major gas leak, he walked in the door,
Oh,
and had to open it up.
Well, he doesn't want to move in. Holy.
So there's
Yeah,
10
there's
problems.
kids.
There's at least 10.
So what does she want?
She wants them to move in now, so the county,
Well,
Clayton
tell
Homes,
them to take their breath.
Clayton Homes has
Don't
got to
breathe
get
in the
these things
gas.
fixed.
Don't light a
Can they
fucking
get a
cigarette.
TSO?
Go ahead.
Can they get a TSO, temporary?
No, the guy wouldn't even give them a TSO, he said.
Oh,
Or a temporary,
They
I'm
said
sorry,
there's a gas leak.
TCO.
They'll shut the gas off. They, with the gas leak, the gas will shut
Tell
off.
them no, they should go ahead and pay for their lodging.
Can you call
until it's
Clayton?
fixed?
Yeah, she said,
That's probably not there.
she said we have a.
No, they should try to make it right if she was told that.
Susan did.
She was told, hey, you got 3 kids, 2.5 kids.
In this state.
They should make it right.
Or at least get them a weekly hotel or something.
Yeah, you gotta make it right.
That's only a few $100 or whatever.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Joe Lazzara is a criminal defense attorney. And if you need him, it's because you made a mistake, or you were falsely accused, or you're just a bad person. If you're just a bad person, don't bother calling him. If you made a mistake, if you have a problem, if you need a defense, I'm serious. If you miscalculated how much you drank and you're just over the limit, look, at these things happen. Joseph Lazzara won't judge you. He will represent you before a judge. Joe Lazzara, mostly DUIs he represents, and it's both for weed and for drinking. And all I say is this. Even if you want to throw yourself at the mercy of the court, as they say on TV, or you want to, plead guilty, you still need an attorney to get through the system. Joe Lazzara, 303-429-6200. And I hope you don't need him. Please use a designated driver or a transportation like Uber or Lyft. 303-429-6200. You can find Joe. Just search Joe on my referral list at referralist.com. It's that easy. Hey, so listen, Donna's got somewhat of a major problem for her son, and we've narrowed it down, okay? They're supposed to move in, but there are 10 things wrong, and they can't get a CO, okay? Clayton Homes can't get a CO, and they need a CO for the son to move in. Now, we understand the wife's pregnant. We understand this is a terrible situation. They sold their home, and they're living in a motel. But it's not like Clayton is cheating them or lying to them or I mean intentionally, keeping them from their home. I'm sure Clayton would love to get them in their home. So we're going to try to do something here, Donna. I mean, I understand your frustration. You know what? It's not just Clayton Homes. So many of these real estate transactions go south toward the end when you're waiting for a home to be completed. It's terrible. What are they doing right now? Are they still in that motel?
They have nowhere else to go. They had to get out of their home in Colorado
Right, of course.
Springs.
They sold their home, of course.
Yes, in January with the promise that they'd be in their new home
Well,
in February.
I understand. What were they doing? What were they doing since February? Where were they living?
In their home and paying rent to the new owner.
Oh, I get it. I get it.
But
All
they
right.
had to get out.
No,
the
I
new
know.
owner said, "That's it."
Well, I don't blame him. Yeah. So right now they're at a motel. When does Clayton?
It's my son-in-law and my daughter.
Okay, your daughter. I'm sorry. When does Clayton say they're going to have these deficiencies corrected?
Well, I don't even know that they know because the inspector called me and said when he walked in this morning it reeked of gas.
But
and he had to open the windows and he has to call Clayton Homes.
Well, of course he does.
And
So
he said,
what do you want us to do?
So, he said at least 10 things wrong, and then they got to get him fixed.
He said he's never seen a home. So what?
So unprepared for inspection.
Okay. All right. Well, first,
I'm like, my daughter.
And by the way, I have a private feeling here. I'm not going to keep it private about home inspectors that have a big mouth. It doesn't do any good to talk like that. It really doesn't. It just when people say I've never seen a home so unprepared and all of that crap, to me it just adds fuel to the fire.
I don't want to. The inspector was very kind.
I know he thinks he's being your friend, but he's adding fuel to the fire by saying stuff like that.
No, he's not actually. He's trying to help me get this thing finished.
Yeah.
So that my daughter, with a 1-year-old and a 2-year-old.
Well, here's something you might like to know. Here's something you might like to know. It's not unusual to have things like this go south, and to have last-minute stuff.
They started last November. They have U-Haul trucks on the property with freezers of meat going. All
Donna,
the bad.
I understand. It's a hardship. I understand. I need to know what you want us to do, and we will try to help.
I want you to call Clayton Homes.
All right.
I talked to the regional manager
in
Arizona last Friday.
We will call, and no, really, we will impress upon them the importance and inconvenience and all of that. We're doing it right now, right? Hold on. We'll do it. Hang on.
Have you ever wanted to refinance your mortgage?
Start a new 30-year loan on the weekend. It's Ross Kaminsky for my first American Financing. And let me tell you, because of cameras in the home, refinancing to eliminate mortgage insurance for holiday high interest debt. You don't have to worry about resetting your loan term. Because at American Financing, they offer 10, 13, 14, removed from the home. Any term you need. It truly is a custom loan. Choose a term based on your budget, and they'll find the most competitive interest rate. It's your mortgage, your way. Plus, with a fixed rate, no matter where interest rates go,
so every time they file this eviction, they fuck up.
One call.
Yeah. Spelling names. You need a new lawyer, boy.
I mean, that's crazy. So she should have been out of there by now. And then they served a 16-year-old kid.
So you're saying she deserved it?
I told her twice.
It's wild though. She's been living there for a long time. But if he had anything to do with this, man, it's just amazing how he fucked his life up beyond repair.
Summit statement. I'm Rich Dennis on Fox News.
Although in the NFL these days, like the guy that knocked out the lady in the elevator, he stayed for a while. Did he stay?
Wow. They banned him for life, but then they rescinded it or something.
Well, no, but they had that video and knew that went down, and he was still playing.
That's ridiculous.
Wasn't he still playing at that point?
Yes, but and like you say, that's a commissioner.
He's good.
You like Goodell?
No way, man. He's an idiot.
Yeah.
This new thing.
Every decision he makes is wrong.
This one now with him not coming out of the fucking locker room. It's just, think of this though. You know how many times they're still getting dressed or running late, they're not all out on the field normally when the anthem's going on. Now if anybody is not out there for any reason, they're going to think they're not out there. And it could be someone that is usually out there. It's stupid.
Or getting taped up or something.
Something.
Hey, this guy's asking, why isn't there? You want to read that?
Tariffs. Troubleshooter referral list app. The app's coming real soon, guys.
Yeah, but hold on. It's very mobile friendly. If you go to it, it's
The new referral list, yeah, but they're still talking in the app.
But
yeah, but
you need to get stuff.
you don't need an app. I mean,
we actually
more sites are doing site enabled.
we're going to have an app for referral list any minute. We just were waiting for
Have you seen
Apple.
Have you seen the functionality? It's fucking great.
Yeah. No, I know. It works great.
Rachel, Wall Street is reacting negatively to the proposed new tariffs.
Yeah, that article really explains it all. Boy,
The eviction case was rescheduled. I wonder, this sounds crazy, but I wonder if it's possible that she hired someone to come run her. Isn't that fucking nuts?
I wouldn't know today, man.
You never know.
I mean, it's highly unlikely, but the more I'm reading, I mean,
Well, I think
somehow she did not get evicted numerous times.
she was pushing. But one of the times they redacted it, and then they went out after that. So it was one of those deals. I'm sure she was trying to prolong this as long as possible.
On the eviction notice filed by Porter, the word defendant and McCoy's first name were spelled wrong. How do you spell defendant wrong when you're a fucking attorney?
Yeah.
You know why? Because they did their own paperwork. He did not go to the referral list, I can assure you.
You should say, send Fuller down there. Well, he's down in Florida, you just whip over to Georgia.
See, but here he was. I didn't know this either. He was accused previously in 2013. A woman sued. Oh, but it was all gone off. It was all thrown out, wasn't it?
They didn't, the cops didn't press any charges.
Kicked her off party bus.
But he had an incident with two cops in a bar, but the DA wouldn't press charges.
Your experience is going to be better at the DMV.
God, he's not that big of a dude.
That's when he was with the Eagles, though. So he was in Philadelphia. Of course, the DA's, hey, this guy's an Eagles fan.
I don't know, man. He's only 5'11", 210.
That's about the same. That's a fairly decent sized running back. I mean, there's a lot smaller ones than that. Is there really?
Well, next door, he always surprises me. How
Steve Atwater.
Atwater. He's not nearly as big as I thought.
He was a wide, wasn't he?
I thought he was a safety, wasn't he?
I thought he was a defensive player.
Yeah.
Nicest guy though. He is so nice. But I don't know. I just thought he was bigger.
But after they get down from being there, they lose a lot. I mean, they're not working out as much.
I went out to confront this window guy once, and it turned out to be a fucking ex-lineman, dude. It was the biggest guy I ever fucking seen in my life.
I remember you said that.
I was absolutely tongue-tied. Tony, what the hell was his name?
He's a safety.
Tony,
strong safety.
And I do appreciate you being around.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. This hour brought to you by Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ, the new orthodontics. I'm a consumer advocate fighting for you each and every day. Now, sometimes you call with a problem, and you may say, why are you going down that road, Tom? Because I have something in mind that may help you. And you may think I'm not listening or I'm not getting it. I am, I promise you. But there are times that what you tell me isn't the real issue, even though you think it is. Or there might be another way of solving a problem. I am always listening and always working, and we work behind the scenes even when you hear us end a phone call, even if we end one abruptly. Sometimes we pick that up on the other end and start working on it. We are working on several problems right now behind the scenes. Today we have a common man in the house, Griffin Ash, a 34-year-old ASC certified technician. He's now working in property management, married with 2 kids, and he just comes in to say hi. We like that. Also,
what's up?
Hey, and say hi to your wife. Your wife's name is
Rachel. Hey, babe.
Rachel, you met on Christian Mingle. That's funny.
She's awesome.
I'd like to hear that story. Anyway, so you met her on Christian Mingle. So you saw her picture and thought, oh, she's cute. Where was your first meeting?
We met at a, oh yeah, she hates this. So we met briefly at a, I think it was a Barnes & Nobles, and then I took her to see my friend's band play. And it was one of those like,
a really
kind of
heavy
bands. Oh yeah, it was hard, man.
Mark loves heavy
metal. I didn't think it was going very well.
You do too.
I do not.
You do? I thought you loved heavy metal.
I like Metallica. That's
Okay,
about it.
That's heavy metal,
Well,
Mark.
it's Metallica.
Is he,
He's talking death metal.
It was hard, but yeah, I remember not thinking it was going too well. I said,
Yes.
I said, hey, you got to go ahead and I said, well, next round's on you, because I need to make sure at least I was getting a drink out of it.
Why in the world did you get a neck tattoo? I have got to ask this.
Well, why not?
Why would you go back and do it again?
You know, after having kids, I can see how my mom hated that I got tattoos.
Yeah.
You know, and you guys got kids. You think, you know, you're perfect. You don't need anything. I don't know if I'd do it. I probably would.
How old were you when you got it?
20.
Yeah, so you were an idiot. And 24, that's older. I thought you were going to say like 20. You know, I think brains stop working up till about, from about 16 to about 20.
Then they kick back in.
They kick in a little, yeah. So anyway,
that was pretty stupid.
Welcome to the show, Christian Mingle. Speaking of Christian Mingle and music, heavy metal, do you like Skillet? Do you know who they are?
Yeah, I know who Skillet is. I don't care for them. I think they're okay.
Yeah.
Not
anyway,
a big fan.
303-713-TALK is our number. We're going to recap. I want to first finish up with Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ. If you have kids and they need braces, you know that can be a lot of money. You can cut that cost in almost half. Yes. You can go to Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ for your kids, and they wear mouthpieces at night from a very young age. And you pay like a couple $100 a month for both kids. I mean, both kids for a couple $100. And then after the mouthpieces, they get into braces. But the mouthpieces widen their palate and straighten their teeth without surgeries or extractions, and they need less time in braces. The whole experience is cheaper than regular orthodontics and better because it corrects their entire bite and mouth, and it's more gentle on the kids. It's wonderful. Now, they do the same thing with adults, but at a faster pace because adults can take it. So in 2 years you can have this all done, and it's really cheaper than cosmetic surgery for adults. So look them up, Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ. You will love their system. You will absolutely love it. 303-690-0100. 690-0100. Or look for the new orthodontics on my referral list. So Donna's got a problem with Clayton Homes. We're helping behind the scenes. We're trying to light a fire here, get it done. And I don't mean light a fire on the house, but we're trying to get it done. It's they're at final inspection, and the inspector says, my God, there's 10 major items have to be fixed. The kid's, meanwhile, living in a motel. She's pregnant, barefoot, needs a place. The husband's active military. It's a very difficult time for them. Okay, we are working on that. Then we have Randy who wants to talk about a lease problem. Go ahead, Randy. What's happening?
How you doing?
Good, Randy. What's going on, man?
Putting me on. It was good. It was good as a place me and my wife and my son live at. And until this construction started about 6 months ago, where they were renovating some of the units, and it was questionable. The work going into 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night, weekdays, weekends, and no permits. Obvious. The kid and the husband are doing the work. And really wasn't my business, so I didn't.
Hey, Randy, can you tell me a little bit about the rental property? How many units?
This is like a 10-unit, 2-story brick.
Okay. All right.
1950s.
And so, basically, are you calling because it's intolerable?
Oh well, it had caused a lot of tension between the son and myself. The construction, the rudeness, taking up parking spaces, just making it very intolerable. Like you say.
I get it.
And then so randomly, the landlady in April says, "Well, hey, Amy, come on down. We'll renew your lease and come down and sign this." I wasn't home for it, and so I wasn't taking off the lease, but I didn't sign the new one. And so we didn't think about it. And
when was your lease up?
It was up in September. So I guess technically we're on a month-to-month.
So September of last year it was up.
Yes, sir.
Yes, and you do, in most cases, revert month to month with the same conditions as the previous lease, except because it's month to month, they can change those conditions with a month's notice. So what's going on?
So we were, all of a sudden, about 2 weeks ago, Kathleen, the landlady, stops my wife and says, hey, so we're going to go ahead and not renew with you this September.
And I'll tell you why. Probably they can make a lot more money.
Yes, and that's fine. That's understandable. But the very next day, she
actually, you know,
actually,
it sucks, you know, and I know technically they can do it, but man, I got to tell you, this is bad. And you know, I am not for government intervention and all of that crap like rent control like they had in New York. But think about this, though. Think about people that faithfully have paid rent for years and years and years and years, and they're working their asses off, and they're really paying a good rent. And we have a temporary surge in the economy where they can get like a couple $100 more, but there's no way this family could afford it. They can technically just say to this family that's been there for years, bye. And I know it's all right and it's technically correct and legal, but it doesn't feel good. There's something about it. Just like when you have employees that are working their asses off and you have somebody there a long time doing a lot of good work, and then some young whippersnapper can do the job just as good and is willing to work for way less. It's
called business.
I know it's called business, Mark. I know it is, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong. I'm saying it doesn't feel right to me. It doesn't feel good.
This is only our second year at this place.
Well, okay, so this is a little different. So, Randy, let's get right to it. Did they ask you to leave?
Well, the 90-day notice the next day turned into a 30-day notice.
Okay, well, first of all, they can't give you a 90-day notice and then change it. So I don't understand. What?
That's exactly what she did.
They might have reserved.
Can you send us? Wait a minute. Wait, Randy. One thing at a time. Yeah. Can you send us both notices?
Absolutely.
Now, I don't understand, because I would say that a judge might, I don't know what would happen, but it sounds to me like a judge might say, what the hell's going on? They gave you a written 30-day notice. Is that right?
A written 33-day notice.
Excuse me, a written 90-day notice.
The day after the verbal 90-day notice.
Oh, no, Randy, forget it. You just said the wrong thing. You said verbal. Verbal's not a notice, Randy. I mean,
on the 90-day. The 33-day is written.
Randy, that you can't hold them to a 90-day verbal notice. They're going to say, listen, we thought about it, we can't do it. I mean, it's not, you don't have anything to get them on. I thought when I said to send me both notices.
I don't want to get them on. I don't want to get them on anything.
You want some time.
I know what you guys do. And
you want some time.
Kind of stick up for people.
Yes.
And, it's just.
So what can we do to help you? What can we do to help you, Randy?
You guys have a lot of influence, and
you want us to call?
To call the lady, say, we're aware of the situation. It may be right. It may
how many days? How many more days are you looking for, though?
What about the?
Now, Randy, I'm going to tell you something. I agree with you. Now, it may be right. It may be totally legal, and I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying it may be. But here's the deal, man. She can cut you some slack. Let's think about it.
Yeah.
Randy, did you ask, hey, by the way, can we have a little more time?
We were so taken back by it, and we tried to talk to her, and she just kept on telling me to my face, it's nothing personal,
okay,
and laughing with her son. So,
do you think it is personal because of the home improvements, and you got into it with the son?
And we never got into it. There was just tension.
Yeah.
It was never even came to words.
Listen, I really think we should try to negotiate something for you. I feel, you know what, I feel for you. I really do. It sucks. It does. And so, as Mark says, it's business, and this woman's going to say it's business, but come on. It's not going to kill her to give you a little more.
How much more time does he want?
She's going to get it. She don't have to slam.
How much more time do you want?
We just don't want to have to be out on the first.
When? When do you want to be out?
Yeah, that's a good question.
We want to clean the place up, get our security deposit, even though they're going to gut the place, but we want to get, we don't want to get screwed. We're not screwing her.
And by the way, I think you can make the argument, if they're going to gut the place, unless there is something major, they should not keep a dime from you. If they're going to get rid of everything anyway.
I'll take a picture of the place and send you right now. I'm at home for lunch.
Okay, so listen. Hold on. Let us get all the information from you. Now, Randy, how many is it? You and your wife and who?
And my 7-year-old son, who's here a third of the time.
Okay. Now, listen. What are you going to do? Do you have a place to go?
Yes, we got a place lined up. We got approved.
Excellent.
When? A pre-major
tell me when you think would be great to get out. I think you should do this by 30-day increments, but I mean, if you could wave your magic wand, when would you want it to expire? When would you want to be out?
Give us a week to get this place moved out, cleaned up.
You mean an extra week only?
I mean, the pressure's on. They'll have the sheriff's department here.
No. Hold on.
We're missing something.
An extra week shouldn't be that difficult, man.
Yeah.
When did you get this 30-day notice?
However,
there is something missing. There is something missing.
What is it?
Because I read due to the hardships, the inconvenience, the nuisance of the construction, the illegal construction going on. And the fact that we've got to move, and it was unexpected.
Keep going.
He hasn't paid rent. That's where this is going.
Yes, I'm withholding for it because I'm right in the tenant.
Hold on, Randy. Let me ask you. Here's some simple. Randy, no reasoning. I just need simple answers right now. How much rent has been withheld?
As of the first, the $580.
No. How much is your monthly rent?
$580.
And you have not paid for July.
That is correct.
Okay, because here's what I was going to tell you. If we can get you an extension, I was going to tell you that it would be reasonable for her to ask, no, we can't give you a week because we can't rent it in the middle. We'll give you a whole month, and then you pay for 2 months. But you're not prepared to do that. Now, I want to make sure, Randy, and I don't need excuses because I understand your reasoning. I don't need it. I understand you. So you don't have to repeat it. But I want to know, so you want to be able to stay there an extra week into August and not pay a dime for July?
That's it.
All right. I don't think we can help you, Randy. Okay? I was with you, but I can't help you there. Now, it's not that I don't want to help you. I can't. We can't reasonably go there and say, could you give him an extra week? And by the way, he doesn't want to pay for July. We can't do it. We just can't do it, Randy. So you can leave your number, and so you can call us back if you want, or we'll leave you a number, but we can't do that. And I think that's reasonable. We can't do it. And you don't have a reason to withhold rent because you were living there, Randy. You did get the place. Whether you liked it or not, it may not have been perfect, but you were living there. Now, Kelly, can you ask Kelly if she can hold on for a few minutes, okay? 303-713-TALK. It's very important that she does. Alaramis, you have a special deal for Martino customers only, and this is a great deal. Where do they go first? Before you tell me about it, do they have to go and download anything or go on the website, or do they call? Let me bring you up here. What do they do? Which one?
Hey, so they can always go to the website if they're looking for deals, but I want to do this. You have so many listeners. You got a lot of people that moved to the area, probably listening now.
Right.
I want to get to know them, and so I'm inviting new customers on this deal. Come in, you probably need an oil change. You're probably going to need to get the car checked out. Tires, pressure filled, fluids filled up, washer fluid.
Yeah.
How about your tires rotated? We're going to do that as well. Another thing that's going to make your tires last is an alignment check. I want to do all of that for a customer for $38.95.
Oh, that's cool.
That is such a
Well, of
deal.
course it is. You can't, you know what? You can't even pay yourself minimum wage and get it done. No, I'm serious. That's good stuff, Al. And then I meant to ask this. I don't mean to put you on the spot.
Sure.
With these specials, do they get that roadside assistance?
Absolutely.
What?
You get that with it, and that is a fabulous piece.
Holy crap! Holy crap! So if you have this $38.95 oil change, tire rotation, alignment check, fluids top, $38.95, all of that, and you get a 36,000-mile coverage for roadside assistance. Holy crap. 303-PRO-AUTO. 303-PRO-AUTO for new customers only, Martino listeners only, 303-PRO-AUTO.
This report is brought to you by Jersey Mike's Sub.
There's still quite a few slow spots in the Highway Drive in the metro area on the south end of town, eastbound C470.
Mama Bear that's going with the kids. First of all, she's been making it so difficult for this company, but the big problem is Jared, the son, was supposed to excavate, have the rock excavated. He was weeks late getting that done, and threw their schedule way to hell. So all the people they had, all the people that scheduled.
So he caused his own problem.
Yes.
And now the woman's calling.
Yes.
I don't fucking get it. What did she say about that? Did she not know that?
I don't know.
Let's get her back on.
I don't know.
Go tell Suzanne, get her back on. Let's ask her.
This Randy kind of, whatever.
I knew there was something we were fucking
He wants
missing.
to live there for free for the month.
Yeah, I was
and
gonna
extra. I'll be here for free. And I want an extra week for free.
It's crazy, man. I don't know what's wrong with
Can they help me move?
I'll tell you what's wrong with them, Mark. They're not Trump supporters.
You know what?
I said,
You're fucking Hillary lovers.
that's right. They're Hillary lovers.
It's your fault I can't move. It's your fault I don't make enough money. It's your fault. No, it's not.
There's a place in California now they're going to give people $500.
Oh, yeah, it's Stockton.
Yeah.
For 100 people. For 100 people.
And they're going to see what happens. They think people are going to start businesses and save money.
Stockton's a gang town.
$500 a month.
I know where Stockton's at.
Well, I'm sending you on a side You're going to be doing some man on the street interviews for me.
Yeah, you do an expose in the streets of Stockton.
With a fucking Trump hat on, bitch. Yeah.
I'm gonna get a bunch of fucking tattoos.
It's going to say, make Compton great again.
Yeah, that's what you say. Right, make Compton great again. Get your 500 here. Everybody in Stockton gets $500.
Yeah, it's wild, man. I read the article.
He got something.
One of the some rich guy.
Yeah.
I think it'll go really
He's going
well
to prove
if you
that
take,
if the government gives
if you
people
take the
money,
comments
they'll
first
improve their
and
life.
then go to what Clint has to say. It'll work out really well.
This is Carlin Tucker, and I can help. For 30
Is that the lady again?
She's been holding. I said, we've talked to them. Hang on a minute.
Oh,
but
this is
our
great.
commenter has a great comment, and
This
then
is great.
Clint comes in.
So, her son, you ready for this? Her son is the reason they're moving in late. Can you beat that?
Why? He was supposed to do all the excavating on the site. He was weeks late getting it done, and it threw their schedule off.
Yeah, but he's not the reason for the 10 things wrong.
No.
If you would have had the excavating done,
Yeah, but
they could have
there's still 10 things
No,
wrong when the inspection
Tammy
is
said,
scheduled.
yeah, and they're on their way right now. The construction manager's on our way with the contractor on our way there.
But I can see he delayed, in other words, some of the delay.
Yeah,
he
and
has
she said, and it caused people to have to rush and make mistakes, and I kind of get what's going on.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Genesis Total Exteriors will do all of your total insurance coverage in one contract because he does it all. He does everything from the roof down to the decks, the windows, the siding, fences, outbuildings. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Go online, get to know them. And you may have to wait, but it's worth it. You know, good companies you have to wait for. Look for Genesis on my referral list at referralist.com. Okay, so Kelly's got a comment on Clayton Homes. Donna called and said they had an inspection scheduled and 10 major problems. The inspector says, hey, listen, I haven't seen this in a long time, a home so ill-prepared for an inspection. So, Kelly, what's your comment on Clayton Homes?
Well, my comment is directed towards the Clayton mom.
Oh.
And basically, you know, there's a lesson learned in this, Mom, and the
What
lesson
is the lesson?
It's to butt out.
Why?
You have two adults that are married, they have children, butt out of their business. You've been sitting there and yourself fighting as a
But she's just trying to help, right?
She's not trying to help. She's being aggressive and she's being abusive, and she's not trying to help at all.
Are you part of, hold on, are you part of Clayton?
I am not part of Clayton
Okay.
Homes. I'm a 40.
I like her attitude.
Yeah.
46-year-old mother who has, you know, I've got a 24-year-old and a 8-year-old, and I'll tell you what, if you
Yeah.
think that you're the only person in that position, you are absolutely wrong, because there are people that are in the same position as you ahead of you. Just
Yeah.
because you're a parent and you've got a 1-year-old and a 2-year-old and 5 months pregnant doesn't make you special. And
Wow.
these children need to learn
Wow.
how to deal
This
with their
woman
own
should
issues.
write Hallmark cards.
Hey, hey,
Right?
Kelly.
Well,
Should
I'm
be a
sorry,
common
it just
woman.
upsets me. People absolutely need to learn to handle their own problems. And sometimes things don't go the way that it's
Okay.
expected, and that's just part of life, and it's the way that it is. But you do not have the right to go in there and battle people that you have no business battling with. And she doesn't seem to understand that all this things that are going on with this home, they actually don't have an obligation to talk to her, and I'm really surprised that they did, because I would have cut her off a long time
Hey,
ago.
Kelly, do you listen to this show now and then?
Every day.
Could you listen? Really. So you must hear a lot of this that frustrates you, right?
I do. I absolutely do. I'm like, are you absolutely kidding me? I mean, are we just talking with grown-ups here? I mean, people that absolutely have no skills in order to handle
Oh.
anything, it just absolutely drives me nuts.
Okay, well, in
Take
some
a deep breath,
cases,
stop being emotionally involved and slow down.
in some cases, I get her point completely. Now, one thing I must say, I did not get the impression with Donna here that she was being aggressive. I didn't get that impression, but in any case, okay,
She was
so
aggressive with you.
all right, so Kelly, listen, I want to tell you, we would love to have you come in as a common woman one day. We would love it. We would love it. So schedule that. So, hold on, Kelly. Don't hang up. Talk to Suzanne. Now, Donna, I'm sorry. She was taking shots, but she said you were aggressive, should mind your own business and let your kids take care of themselves. And you even said you were being a mama bear. Listen, I have.
My daughter
Yeah.
is in a hotel.
Okay,
for a
I understand. Pregnant and barefoot.
And has a 2-year-old and a 1-year-old. And it's my son-in-law, who is a disabled veteran.
Yeah.
15 years he served in the
Hey, by the
Army.
way, is he totally disabled?
You know, he only got 60%, but he's working on 100.
And what is it? What's his
Well, he did
disability?
4 tours.
Okay. Wow.
And he got shot over there
Wow.
on one, and he was one of their head Humvee mechanics, and he has bone spurs in his neck and back. Now, I don't
So-
know about being aggressive, but I care about my only child.
Now, Donna, one of the things I want to say, and this is not a debate, we're not going to debate, but we are going to help you. We really are. And I think we're making progress already. Part of the reason for not this particular delay, listen, they scheduled an inspection. They should have known to be ready. But
Well,
they
it's
said,
Friday.
they said overall, the whole project took a little longer, partly because of your son doing some of the stuff himself, and the excavation and a lot of stuff that put them behind
He
schedule.
was trying to save money.
Yeah, no, I understand. So, and again, I didn't mean to debate this. I just want to give perspective to people listening.
But that is a big part to leave out when you first called.
Well,
of course it is.
Well, although, hold on now. I'm not sure, because she didn't call. Well, did she complain about the entire timetable or just the recent?
No, just that they were scheduled
For the
last
inspection.
Friday to have the
Suzanne?
to have the inspector, and they're closed on Friday.
Hey, Clint, what did Clayton Holmes say about Mom?
The
Do you
corporate.
work for Clayton Holmes, lady?
This is no. This is not Kelly.
I'm
No,
so shocked
this
to
is
know
not.
that
This is not Kelly speaking. No, this is not that caller speaking. Suzanne asked that.
Okay.
Suzanne asked Clint. Suzanne asked Clint what Clayton Holmes.
Yeah, keep
had to
it
say.
down there, lady.
Now, what did Clayton say about everything?
Actually, the corporate headquarters wasn't very kind to Donna, but I did.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder why everyone's picking on Donna. Anyway,
Well,
go ahead.
What did they say, though?
They had said she's out of state and she's actually kind of slowed things down with interference, but they said they are dealing with.
No.
Okay, keep going,
Okay, this is
Clint.
what they told
Keep
me.
going. Listen to the good news, though, Clint.
Okay.
I mean, Donna.
Okay.
Tammy, the construction manager, was in her car on the way there with contractors to get stuff taken care of today.
Now, we are going to watch this. Now, is Donna being a little aggressive? Maybe. Is Donna a pain in the ass? Maybe. Did the son try to save money by doing some of his own stuff? Maybe. Who cares?
He works for an excavation.
Who cares? Here's the point. The point is this. If you had an inspection scheduled, you should have been better prepared. So that point does not escape me. But at the same time,
He walked in there this morning, Tom, with the house smelling of gas through the whole house.
I know.
And he
Well,
said if he'd have
They're
turned
on their way, though.
Yeah.
That's the good news.
Yeah. And listen, a gas leak happens, you know. So many people, you notice they'll emphasize certain things that just they keep emphasizing over and over. I get it, Donna. I heard about the gas leak. You mentioned it 4 times. I think it was 4, maybe 5, the gas leak. The pregnancy you mentioned, I know what's important to you, and I know why. I'm not faulting you for it. I'm not even criticizing you for it. But they're going to address it. A lot of times, I think we have to segment our complaints and go with the most recent one that needs to be solved. Too many times when people call me, they want to tell me their entire misery from the very, very beginning of time, and then how it all played into their misery. If you ever notice, when I tell people, you may notice, I say, hey, so tell me, are they ready to begin construction? They always will say something like this. Well, they came in, they sat down. I said, why haven't you started construction? And they said, and I hear this story, because we think in terms of stories. Now I'm going to give you something worth $100,000 or more if you're in business. What does it tell you? If people think in chronological stories, what should you do? You should create chronological stories. That means when you talk to people, acknowledge their stories. Talk to them about it. Be a movie director. Say, well, we realize we've had many delays. And I know that your daughter is pregnant. Bring in the sound. I don't know what I would do in the same circumstance. I don't mind. I don't blame you for being frustrated. Whew. Now you got some sound, right? Now you get the feeling in there. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We know we should have been better prepared for this inspection. You know, I can't give you any excuses. Here's our line of action. Now you're going to get into the plot. And then you're going to summarize the whole thing. But you're going to use the same language that they use. You're going to think in chronological order, and you're going to tell a story back to them with description. Because if you don't, they will keep repeating stuff because they don't think you heard them. Do you get that? Do you know why people repeat themselves? They don't think you heard them. So you have to assure them. Become a movie director and speak to people in stories and make them the main character. I swear, if people would just do that, then you stop that vicious cycle of repetition and you stop the amplification and your business flourishes. Eric, what is your comment? Quickly, what is your comment?
You know, I want to come to the defense of this mom.
Yeah.
When my wife and I bought our house in '99, we bought a KB home, and when we did the final walk, my parents were there, and my parents and my in-laws were there when we did the final walk.
Yeah.
And my mother actually grabbed the roll of blue marking tape from the foreman and started marking things. And she pissed the guy off to the point of where he actually threatened to call the cops on my parents.
Well, listen, but you felt protected, didn't you?
I felt, number one, I felt protected. I laughed about it, but in the end, it worked in my favor because things that my mother was pointing out almost ended up in us canceling the contract.
Well, listen, Eric, I wish I had more time. I swear I do. I just don't. But I get the message, and it's loud and clear. You're right. You know, I mean, she's only trying to help.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station with Ross Kaminsky Mornings.
Nobody knows more about customer service. No one. If they would listen to this show, they would hear life. They would be the best.
You work for Clayton Holmes, lady.
What
Donna said.
She thought it was that other woman chiming in again. I'm sure.
You should have kept that other woman out.
Hey, lady, what do you work for them?
You should keep that. You should keep that clip. And play that too.
Oh, this is really so fun.
Okay, so that thing in Stockton is only for 100 people.
Yeah, it's 100 people.
Yeah. They're doing another one in San Francisco.
What are we talking about?
They're giving 100 people.
What are you talking about? They're giving money away.
Stockton, Stockton, California is noted as bankruptcy capital of California. They're giving 100 people $500 a month
as an experiment.
for the next 18 months.
And they think they're going to save it and create businesses and make their lives better.
Well, yeah, well,
I know, it's going to be
poor people always have money for liquor and cigarettes and lottery tickets.
And they're
They
going
always
to
have money for
do it in San Francisco.
and dogs.
Now they're going to have $500 more.
San Francisco, they're going to give $1,000 a month for up to 5 years.
You know what? That's a meth dealer's story.
Depends how they're going to take the people.
You know what's
People that are just on the street.
Like where I live, they got homeless people like every corner, off ramp, intersection. And but a lot of them have dogs. How do they afford to have this dog, man? They're asking for money. They got some have 2 or 3 dogs. And sitting there, they got the
And a
asking
miniature
for money.
boat.
And then you see people like with their lawn chair, their hair done nice. It has to work, man.
But the dogs are in
Give
case
you
they
a couple
go really
dollars?
get hungry.
Or they're right in front of a McDonald's that has a 4 fucking hires guy.
People feel
Yeah.
sorry for the dog.
Or the dog could be if they really get hungry. Eat the dog.
So I started asking them for money. I get up there, they say, hey, can I get $1? Get $1? I don't give you money all day. Give me one.
That would be
I
good.
got an eye-opener on Facebook.
Who was the guy that came in here and said friends of his were making bets and they lost and they had to go panhandle and stuff today? And he made like $3.25, $325.
I forgot his name.
Who was that? His friends were making him do
So Clayton Holmes has called us on the main line from a different department. He wants to help these people. Can I just see your notes for a hot minute? I'll bring them right back.
Are they going to come on?
He just says, I want to help these folks.
Can you read my
I'm with
writing?
Clayton Holmes, I want to help.
Because they want to make it right.
I've heard that they have a good reputation. Well, anyway, this is finding out that all of our homeless that were there.
Yeah.
But they have street names. And they have friends of their crews and territories they hang out at.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
And they fight over those.
I don't think so.
Locations.
You tell me a lie?
No, but I don't think it was George.
Back to my wagon. So I have to do it says hardworking man.
I don't think it was George because I associate.
Oh, the whole work for food and stuff is just crap. My nephew did a funny associate. He's actually a captain.
It wasn't him, it was his friend.
Go back and
And
listen to
that's
that
a
whole
degree.
I don't know.
An airline captain for the major airlines. Right. So he didn't want a degree in anything, so he just went and got an art degree, what he calls a degree in underwater astronomy.
Yeah.
Took all those signs and put a suit on.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Did you know you can use a reverse loan to buy a place if you have a lot of money to put down but not enough to pay cash and you don't want a monthly payment? You can buy a home with a big down payment. Now you got enough equity that the government will insure a loan against it, so you get a reverse loan. That means you get you make no payments for the rest of your life if you stay there, 62 or older. Yeah, you can do that. You know, you want like a house paid for. You know you're going to stay there, right? But you don't have enough to pay cash. What downside is there? There's none. There is no downside whatsoever. Because if your estate gets the house, even if the house goes down in value, no one can assess anything against the estate except take the house. That's the worst case scenario. Best case scenario is the house goes up in value and the estate pays it off and keeps the rest. So you see, ApprovalReverse.com, Joan Sullivan, you can trust. They counsel you on how to make the right choice if you want a reverse loan. Now here's what I'm going to tell you. Most people are not candidates for reverse loans. Okay? 303-771-3528. But when you are, it's a great tool. 303-771-3528. So we got a call from someone from Clayton Holmes who heard the show. And they say they're going to also get involved. So you see, Donna, we are making progress. Did you hear that?
Yes, I did.
So, you know, I hear a very concerned mom, and I really don't hear a pain in the ass, in my opinion. Listen, all moms can be a pain in the butt. They can be, if they're doing their job right. I'll bet you, you know, your daughter and you had words when she was a teenager, and you knew.
No.
I'm talking about when.
Never.
Oh, she always did what you said.
She
Really?
was the best child.
Oh my God, you're
No.
blessed. Most people
I was 40
don't.
years old when she was born.
How old?
40.
My goodness, my mom was like 43 when I was born. So anyway, 303-7 or 42. 303-713-8255. Let's keep going. Chad, what's going on with you, Chad? What's happening?
Hey, sir. Appreciate you taking my
Yes,
call.
sir. What's going on?
Yeah, so I bought a used car from a dealership in El Paso, Texas, and I think it was the first week of December 2017, and they have yet to produce the title to myself and or the insurance company.
January, February, March, April, May, June. Yeah, that's well, and this is in El Paso, Texas?
Yes.
How are you have license plates and stuff? How'd you get plates?
They've just been renewing the dealer tag for, 7.5 months now.
And what do they say about the title?
They keep giving me the same answer, that it's en route.
Have you ever contacted the Texas Revenue Department, the Department of Motor Vehicles?
I have not.
Well, you're going to have to, because they may not own that car legally. There might be a few reasons. It might not be that anything they did wrong. It might be. It depends. What is the name of the dealer?
Rainbow Motors.
Rainbow. And what was the last excuse they gave you?
The last excuse was they contacted the, I want to say, title clerk, and that it was en route.
Okay. Do you like the car?
No, I could have a better one.
All right. I mean, in other words, if this deal was undone, would you be pissed?
No.
How much money did you put down?
It was, I financed $15,000.
And how much did you put down?
$0.
Okay. So if you walked away, you'd be satisfied.
Well, if I got the $15,000 back, yes.
Well, you're not going to get $15,000 back because you took a loan out.
He means the loan paid.
You mean if the loan is paid?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So that's what I mean, walk away. Who financed it?
USAA.
Did you call USAA and tell them you don't have a title?
Yes, and that's how this all started about.
What did they say to you? What did they say to you?
They told me to reach out to the dealership.
Well, okay, you should say, here's what I want to tell you. You should call USAA and you say exactly this, or this is what I would say. And if you want to copy it, you copy it. I'd say, hey, USAA, without a title, you have no collateral. So I'm thinking I'm not going to pay for this car anymore. So if you don't help me get the title, I'm going to stop paying.
You know, in Texas, it's 20 working days, man. Under Texas law, the dealer's required to register and title the vehicle in your name within 20 working days.
Yeah, we don't have that in Colorado.
No.
We don't have a specific number. You know what we should do? Clint, if you call them, you can scare the hell out of them, knowing that they have
Shake
20
'em up.
days. So, Chad, do you want us to call?
Yeah, that'd be great. And actually, USAA has called on my behalf multiple times, and I'm not quite sure they've even talked to someone there.
We're going to call, and we'll get their attention, tell you that much, because we're going to bring the authorities down on them if you don't get the title. Or how about this? How about we tell them they better pay it off and have it transported back to them?
It sounds good because I live about 8 hours away now.
How many hours?
About 8.
Where are you living?
San Antonio.
Okay.
Texas.
All right. Hold on. 303-713-TALK, Chad in San Antonio. Hold on. Clint will talk to you. Susan's got some kudos for us. Hey, we have lines open, and we have another segment to go. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I'll let you just rant if you want. You don't have to have a problem. If you just want to get on, I'll give you a free microphone. Of course, we'll hit the delay if you say anything vulgar because we can't do that. So, Susan, what's happening?
Yeah, I wanted to give kudos to Elkhorn Heating and Air Conditioning.
We have so many great comments about them.
it was just over the phone. She was able to diagnose that our air conditioner was probably frozen based on the symptoms that I laid out for her.
Isn't that cool?
Explained how to safely shut the system down and get it to thaw and wait 24 hours, and then once no water was showing up in the drain, to turn it back on and try it, and it's working great. So I didn't.
That is so cool.
But I'll tell you, we actually had a dirty filter we had cleaned the night before. And so, it's very important to get those units checked. Plus, I checked on YouTube. I just did a search on frozen air conditioners, and they show, what it looks like inside and how dirty the inside can be as well. So, that the promotion that you're running right now for the Fix It 24
is
like so timely.
So, and it's wonderful that Elkhorn did that right on the phone. What a cool thing. And I'm happy. Susan, thank you, by the way, for letting us know. We love hearing about the referral list. It's the real deal. And I'm serious, because I put my name and my life behind it when I started this more than 25 years ago. We're now maybe 30. It's been a long time. All right, we have a lot to talk about. Ed wants to talk about a rental eviction. Whatever's on your mind, give us a call right now. You'll get right through. 303-713-TALK.
This report is brought to you by Jersey Mike's Subs.
Troubles on the Tech Center Drive. A couple of crashes to watch out for. Actually, one crash being cleared southbound I-25 approaching 220.
Yeah, I mean, she's like so outrageous. So in most places in the country, she is way more liberal than liberal Democrats. I mean, she wants guaranteed wages, guaranteed minimum amount of money, pay, guaranteed jobs, guaranteed a house to live in, free movies, pizza, college.
What's on the pizza?
All the Bernie
just
shit.
Cheese pizza?
No, pepperoni.
Oh, I love this lady.
I'm sure that district supported her, but thank God most of the country is that district in New York.
And who's going to pay for it? We'll just write a check.
Yeah. Money, just money.
Nice people forget that half the country voted for Trump.
Oh God, you gotta.
You know what you gotta really? What's so spectacular of Trump winning? He had the media against him. He had the educational system, both lower and higher education, and Hollywood, all against him, and he still won. Those are three big influencers.
I don't think there's been a more beleaguered, beguiled president. No. I don't think anybody else, under that kind of scrutiny and pressure, just being trashed every day. I feel say, oh, he's got thin skin because he makes fun of you. He fights back. It's like, jeez. It's like you can make fun of like that all the time. Of course, I'm not saying anything.
It's really the media and stuff is so unfair on this.
When he walked down the steps in Trump Tower the night he declared the presidency, from that day forward, even the night of the election, I never questioned you at all. Ever. I know a lot of people got some serious doubts. I never thought, and the reason why is I've got a lot of very liberal friends, acquaintances. They told me they were going to vote for him. People you would never think they were going to vote for him. I'll run by later who they were, but you would never guess. And I think every time they did a poll, those people did not want to.
They didn't want to put it out the air.
I think the polls were way off because of that.
Yeah, right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
I saw them at I went to the
people were embarrassed. I don't know why.
The rally they had here.
Yeah.
I went to the rally when Mike Shanahan was there. The guy on the soldiers from Benghazi was there. It was awesome. I
went to rally in Fargo, North Dakota, just like a week and a half ago.
Yeah, I thought it was the coolest thing. Actually, you see the guys who were president of the United States.
We didn't have any really good speakers, but like say Shanahan. Of course, Shanahan. That's for.
Shanahan was alright, but I forget his name. The guy that was in Benghazi, that's portrayed in the movie.
Was it one of the? Was it a military guy? Or was it one of the guards?
No, his guy. One of the SEAL team. I ran into a guy that's friendly with him.
We had a caller one time complain about this dude Jay Lopez, and he said right on the show, he goes, "It's the second time this month I've been ripped off by a guy with a neck tattoo."
Mark, let it go, man.
Tom Martino here. Welcome
713-TALK, 303-713-8255. How can we help you? Just give us a call. We're going right to the phones right now. Audrey, what's happening? Audrey?
Hi.
What's happening?
Okay, well, my daughter went to a bar that had poker and wasn't drinking or anything.
Audrey, for some reason we're having a really tough time hearing you.
Went to a bar playing poker.
I know the story.
Okay, but hold on. I want to hear from Audrey, though, if we can. Audrey, are you on a Bluetooth?
Yeah.
Are you driving?
Yeah, let me get off of it.
Well, if you're driving, I don't want to make it unsafe. If you can pull over,
pull over.
All right, good. Because we were told this is a very good story that we need to help you with.
Yeah, we need help. We don't know what to do.
Okay, if you can get that off of Bluetooth, it would really help us.
I'm dying to know the story.
Okay, I'm pulled up now. Let me get you off Bluetooth.
Sure, dear. Yeah. And if we get, do you have her number if we get disconnected, Suzanne?
I don't have her number, Tom.
All right, I'm going to put her on hold to make sure we don't get disconnected. What do you need, Ed? What's going on, bro? Ed?
Hey, Tom. I've got a daughter who is a military family in the Springs. They have renters that they've rented to for 3-4 years.
Yes.
And they gave them notice a month ago, a little bit longer, that they were going to sell the house. And the folks gave them, the deadline to move out. They missed the deadline. They gave them another 10 days. They missed that on the 10th of July. And so now we're wondering what the process is.
All right. Hold on. Hold on a second. We'll get right to you, okay? I promise there. Audrey was disconnected. Is she back? I mean, I just need to know, is she there? Okay, so I can take her right now, right? All right. Audrey, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, good. So your daughter was playing poker at a bar?
Right.
And what happened?
Not drinking or anything like that. She was just playing poker.
Then what happened?
And apparently some drunk guy that she has no clue who it is mistook her for somebody else. I don't know.
Okay.
But apparently he followed her from the bar, and he followed her to her house and through her security gate. She didn't know he was, she didn't know who it was. And when she pulled into her apartment to get into her house, he jumped out.
Oh, God.
He grabbed her, tried to kill her. We don't know what he was trying to do. She ran away. He jumped on top of her car, busted out her windshield, chased her through the apartment.
Did he have a weapon?
He had one of those tire things.
A club, a tire iron, yeah. Okay, a lug wrench.
He shattered her windshield.
Right.
Chased her through, and then the next day they found out who it was.
How'd they find out? Whoa. How'd they find out the next?
He went back to the bar and bragged that he chased this. I'm not going to say the word.
Yeah, this girl. Well, why did he say he did it?
Because he thought she was somebody else.
And what did this somebody else supposedly do to him?
We don't know. But it wasn't my daughter.
Right.
She's like, ah.
And so was your daughter injured?
Yes, I mean, not physically, but emotionally. Now
of course.
She has horrible anxiety.
Right.
She's losing weight.
Anyway, what happened the next day? What happened? She called the police, right?
Oh, yeah, immediately. And they didn't know who it was. But then she told some friends about, she called me. She's like, oh, my God, this is happening when I left the bar. What am I doing? And they're like, oh, my God. And the next day, the guy goes back to the bar and is bragging that he caught some...
I understand. Was he arrested?
Yes, he was arrested. So, he was arrested, and...
What's going on now?
Well, now she has seen a therapist. She's so screwed up.
But what are you calling about? How can we help her?
We want to know, can we sue or can we make the bar?
Yes, you can. No, wait a minute. Wait. The bar may not, under the, I know what you're thinking about. The bar may not be responsible. May, but may not. It depends. Was this guy stone cold drunk and did the bar overserve him? Yes, they have responsibility for things that he does. But hold on. Did they call any authorities when he came back?
No.
All right, they may have some responsibility, and they might be in trouble for not reporting it, but that's not going to help your daughter any of the reporting part. But listen, but his homeowner's insurance, if he owns a home, may cover her. Is he a homeowner?
We don't know.
Okay, listen, you can do a civil case against him. Is your daughter around?
Why would the homeowners cover a crime like that?
It may, Mark. As crazy as it sounds, it might. Now, Audrey, I'm not sure. It might. Audrey, can we talk to your daughter tomorrow?
Actually, I'm in Colorado right now. She's in Texas.
Okay.
And I won't be home until the day after tomorrow.
Okay. Can we call you back tomorrow? We need to get a personal injury attorney, maybe or a different kind of personal injury attorney, but that's who would cover
maybe
this.
Marco.
Marco, or we could talk to John. Either one. Hold on. We're going to get your information. Okay, Ed.
Yes.
I would recommend they use an eviction attorney because so many things could go wrong. But the basic process is you give notice, and you can get this notice from an office supply store or somewhere where they do legal notices. It's a 3-day demand for to cure or to leave, and there is no cure. The cure is leaving because they're at the end of their agreement.
And then if they don't, you call the sheriff, and you got to go down and actually file the eviction.
Yeah, before you call the sheriff, you have to file a lawsuit for eviction, and then the sheriff will serve them, or a process server, plus you put a notice on the door, and then they have to show up for court, and after they show up for court, then an eviction order is made, and then you take the eviction order and give it to the sheriff, and the sheriff supervises while you hire a company to move them out.
Wow.
Or call Brandon Siglia.
Yeah, it's complicated, Ed, but who's
Brandon?
Brandon is an attorney, can take care of the whole thing for you.
Brandon Siglia?
Yeah, Siglian. If you just search Brandon on the referral list.
Search tenant landlord on referral list.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay.
But that's what you need, and the attorney will simply add their fees to it.
Right.
All right. So that's what you need to do. Wow, this has been an exciting show. We have problems we are working on. Remember, you can always find out more by going to YouTube or Facebook. We have show highlights at referrallist.com. And, of course, help information and referrals at referrallist.com. Save all your problems for me.
If you're a collector...
Married after 30 days?
Yeah, she moved in within 30 days.
Oh, okay.
And technically we're not married.
Oh, okay.
We just stayed together. So.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Mark, you know why that might be covered under homeowners insurance?
It will be.
No, it might be.
Okay,
why?
Not in a million years, but go ahead. I know.
Like
Let me guess. He beat the shit out of someone, and his homeowners got hit by it.
No. He's claiming that it was a mistaken identity.
Yeah.
It could be classified as an accident.
Okay, so if I want to shoot Tom and I accidentally shoot you, my homeowner should pay.
It's still breaking the law.
Well,
it's still breaking the law.
I know it's breaking the law, but it's still an accident.
Breaking the law, I don't know if they cover intentional acts. They might.
They don't.
Well, I don't know, Mark. They sometimes actually can, because that's why they have to exclude it. But we can ask Compass tomorrow. I
Usually
was shocked.
intentional acts they don't.
Okay. I was shocked because personally, we had in our subdivision a guy walk up and punch his fucking neighbor in the face, and it was covered. He made a claim. No, the guy made a claim against that guy's HOA, and I was shocked because they got into a fight. He punched him in the face. Now, I don't know why. I've never heard of insurance covering an intentional act except that.
This guy's nuts, though. He's chasing her around with a fucking tire on her.
That,
and then he goes back and brags about it.
He did it.
But that was the HOA insurance paid for it.
Here's
the
I bet.
Did.
I wonder if it wasn't mistaken.
Here's what he did. He said, "You talk about my son, you motherfucker." Bam.
See, the girl might have really been the right one.
He got $50,000 from his home.
And she just tells the mom.
Yeah, I don't know who it is.
Yeah.
And the homeowner insurance